Welcome, it's the Industry DJs podcast. Welcome to the Industry DJs. Let's talk about the real, let's get to the facts. Welcome to the Industry DJs. Let's talk about the real, let's get to the facts. Come on in, grab some headphones, relax, grab a seat. Let's talk about beats, the word in the streets, how you hustle, struggle to make ends meet, so you could cop them tools that made you elite at your craft. Lead, walk us down that path. Teach us how to math, how to get that bag. For the record, oh wait, everything is digital. Techniques are pivotal, the game is getting critical. Oh my God, and we ain't talking biblical, political, but how the scene is getting cynical. It's typical for phenoms to act some way. The reciprocal is people who cast that hate. Let us debate for the people who are now tuned in through a camera's lens. You are now zoomed in on the podcast, taking over the grid with Val, Do It Like This, and DJ T-Kid. Welcome to the Industry DJs.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Holy shit.
Hey, we're on.
They were live. Yes, Pam did. Yeah,
it's tight.
yeah. Of course it is, bro. What else? What is that? Any doubt in that?
Never.
Never, ever.
I was gonna say something.
What happened to your fucking mic, Alex? Did you eat the string or what?
My mic's fine.
No, your mic's falling.
Mic's fine.
Okay.
Anyways,
Whatever.
I was gonna say something about the theme song, but I'm not.
What are you gonna say about the theme song?
I was gonna say nothing.
It's the
Say it.
best ever.
What you gonna say?
I was listening to older episodes before we had Pam on the show. Shout out to Pam, did the theme song.
And who else? Quality. Shout out to Quality for the beat.
DJ
Shout out
Quality.
to. And who else?
What are you talking about?
Who else? Who else had their hands into that?
Patrick White.
Shout out to Patrick Wayne. You always forget about Pat, man.
No, I
PW. You always do.
No, I haven't.
I don't get it. I don't think it's a race thing or what.
Ladies and
Shout
gentlemen,
out to Pam. Shout out to fucking Quality. And shout out to PW. We appreciate it.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Industry DJs podcast. I am your host, DJ T-Kid.
I'm your co-host. I'll do it like this.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in to another show here with us. You can check us out every single Monday live on Facebook at the Industry DJs, also on YouTube and Twitch at the Industry DJs. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest in the building.
Special, like special how?
Who's that?
You.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Mr. DJ Lean in the building.
My man.
Me with it, rock with it.
Right?
Ladies and gentlemen,
what's going
the
on?
man, the myth, the legend, Michael Francis.
There he is.
DJ
going
Mixx.
on?
DJ
What's going
Mixx with two X's.
With two X's. What's
Two
going
X's.
on?
That's right.
DJ Mixx, bro. I got, fuck, how long have I known you?
Shit.
Shit, many moons.
Many moons?
Many moons.
My mom even met you.
I know, she's cool. Your stepdad's cool too, bro. Like him too, man. They're awesome people.
Thank you.
Awesome people. Great people. I don't know what the fuck happened to you. No,
Right?
he was adopted.
Yeah, exactly.
funny.
By 3 people.
Hey, they tuning in today or what?
No, they don't have Facebook.
Shame on you.
I refuse to give them
You
Facebook.
should have let them use yours.
It's right here.
Real quick in the live stream on YouTube, we have it's Taunt House,
What up, bro?
Taunta's house,
Hey.
and then also on Facebook you got DJ Envy who's out here commenting already. DJ V,
Speaking of older episodes,
Sue, yeah, he's like speaking of older
what happened
episodes.
to
Where's
yours?
mine?
What happened to his?
I don't know. You tell me, because Envy's episode is still on the Facebook page and it's also on the YouTube channel. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, don't do drugs.
I think he's busy right now doing about to walk in to do district.
Yeah, that's what happens.
But
Sue,
yeah.
what up, baby?
So
what's going on,
going
Victor?
on? Sue?
What up, Vic? What's going
what's up,
on,
Victor?
man?
So like I'm
Mr. V in the building.
DJ V, what's going on,
Hey, look,
sir?
it's Michael Francis.
Who's that guy?
I don't know. I know DJ Mixx with 2 X's.
Mm-hmm.
Where's DJ Pound with 2 Ds?
Where is he?
Seriously?
I don't know.
Kevin's got 2 Ds?
Yeah, he's got. That sounds personal,
was
but I guess
what is up with y'all older DJs with the two names?
2 names.
I mean, with the double letters.
I don't have a double letter.
I only did
It's just
mine
Mixx
because
and
of the K and the E. That's it.
All
Just cross them out, eh?
DJ Mixx in the building, ladies and gentlemen. DJ
Wow,
Mixx with 2
wow.
X's.
right.
I got a new slang for this guy. DJ Mixx with 2 X's.
With 2 X's.
Do my name
He has way
drops?
more than X's, way more than 2 X's, but we're not going to talk about that.
Wow.
Okay.
I'm just fucking
We'll
around.
go scuba diving later. It's fine.
Hey, that's fine, bro. I got the boat.
What's wrong with y'all?
I don't know,
I
bro.
don't know.
What's wrong with y'all?
Lean with it, rock with it.
Anyways, I'm gonna go through our weekends real quick.
Let's do it. I'll go first because you got a long ass list of shit you need to talk about.
That's fine. Go ahead.
Wednesday night club karaoke. Thursday I was off. Friday, I was at Moretti's Edison Park. It was decent. Late crowd though, man. The crowd came there pretty late.
So Saturday, right?
No, that was Friday.
Friday.
Yeah, Friday, and then Saturday I was over at Finn McCool's for club karaoke, and then during the day I was at
JD Sports.
JD Sports, and then Thursday I had JD Sports too as well. That's where I was Thursday, and then yesterday I did laundry and slept all day.
Wow.
Yeah,
Responsibilities. Yeah. That's awesome.
yeah, I had to, bro. I'm still tired. I don't know why. I'm still tired, but I had obviously I told you shout out to my daughter, and she lost her puppy today, so
Sad.
not a puppy, but I mean she lived a good life. But, so yeah, Mixx, I love you, kid. And the episode side, but yeah. Other than that, man, it's been took the bike out. Went to go see KC today. I took the bike out for the first time this year. It felt good. And then my son was like, "Can I go, Dad?" So I slapped his helmet on, and we went to go see KC. Shouts out to KC. Also, shouts out to KC. Oh, that's right. We had on Tuesday too. We had the
DJ battle.
It wasn't a DJ battle. It was DJ of the year. It was DJ of the year. Stop saying it wasn't a battle.
Okay, well,
It was a battle. But
exactly.
It wasn't a battle.
I showed up late for that one.
Yeah, no shit, huh?
Yeah, thanks due to some miscommunications regarding that, but that's
Bro,
another
it
story.
starts at 6:30. Just get there on time, like you just said
So
before
I heard-
the show.
so
Didn't
I
you
heard-
say who's on time?
I
You
had
said
the,
that, right?
I had the best seat in the house. I watched
did.
it on my phone.
Are you serious?
I
And then
saw
I saw
Oh, yeah, that's
Don
right.
Carlo.
I saw
Boy, killed it.
I saw 6 o'clock. I saw 8 o'clock. I don't know what time. Like
6 o'clock. I told you to start at 6:30.
no, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
You didn't tell me what
Yeah, I
time to
did.
start. No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
So he says.
No, he don't fucking
Exactly.
listen, dude. He don't listen to me, bro.
No, you
That's
didn't.
the thing. He don't
I
listen.
texted you. What time does it start? I
Well,
got no
obviously, if I
reply.
didn't text you, bro, back, I was busy at
I
the
got
time.
no reply.
And then I got Don Carlo telling me that you're talking shit on the phone. You went Fast Eddie.
Well, I don't know about Fast Eddie, but I said, does Al need anything? I'm like, for once, he doesn't need anything. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Because the year before he called me the day of the battle asking for a ref 7.
Thanks, Casey.
The day of. Well,
Yeah, I catch the shit for
I'm
it, bro.
in the middle of
I
helping.
catch the shit for
I'm
it.
in the middle of
Ladies
helping
and
my-
gentlemen, this is not a suntan. Shit rolls downhill. That's where my skin's
I'm
brown.
in the middle of a move, helping my friend move, and I get
Oh my God! Here we go.
I get a text. I get a text from
This
Al.
was a year
I
ago,
need
and
a
I'm
ref
still
set.
catching shit for that.
just like how you were late a couple weeks ago. When
And I was
we
late
had the
tonight
show.
too.
That's what friends are for. I feel like Dr. Phil right now.
Hey, why not, bro?
Not yet. Not
Hey,
yet.
not yet, bro.
Not
That's
yet.
racist.
V asked you how was Moretti's.
It was decent. It was okay. It was all right. Pizza's awesome. Yeah, pizza over there is dope, man. Actually, all the food at Marty's is pretty good. Finn McCool's got some good food. I mean, all of a la carte stuff is pretty good.
A la carte.
A la carte.
All right, Mixx, how was your weekend?
It was actually pretty good. It was like, so was it 2 weeks ago or whatever? Just take it back real quick. Like, I went out for surgery, so 2 weeks ago was my first time back in 3 months.
Yeah,
so
bro, you've been on big stages these past couple weeks,
What are you
man.
talking about? It's just something I like doing.
Yeah, hey,
I don't have to- I'm not Tiesto.
I like fucking being on big stages.
Hey,
Hey,
the other day, you know?
Hey.
So, yeah, what was it? Last Saturday, whatever, was at Joe's for Euro Invasion.
Saw that.
Yeah, and
For,
you were there
TKC
again
Entertainment?
before that.
Dude, I've never done like a live back-to-back, you know, like 2 songs flip, 2 songs flip. Me and another DJ, we like, not pre-planned or nothing. Shouts out to this guy, Joe, dude.
Joe.
What was his name? Jammin' Joe P.
Oh fuck! Come on, really?
Legit,
Joe?
like,
Bro, Joe's the shit.
yeah, it
dude.
was
That
the first
guy
time.
is
It was the
dope.
first time I went back-to-back in a long time. Oh my god, it was
jam
a,
session.
it was a great experience for like a half hour, and
So
like the crowd kept going.
How did that happen?
What? The back-to-back?
Yeah.
So at Joe's or whatever, like we get our spots, you know, whether it's
Right.
15, 30 minutes or whatever. And then at the end, we were filling time for another DJ. So instead of us playing like, you know, 3 records a piece, we wound up just 2 and 2 and 2 and 2 for like a half hour. And it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the crowd was like digging it. I was
The
like,
crowd, bro. The fucking damn, bro. You guys
I
had over
never-
1,000 people there.
it was good.
Yeah, it was real
I never
good. I saw
thought
the
like
videos.
Eurodance and like hardstyle and everything else could go together. And like this was like old stuff from like the 90s, like early 2000s. I was like, dude, I'm like, I can't believe like I'm doing this in Mallorca. You know?
Yeah, that's dope.
You
That's
know, it's
dope.
crazy.
That's dope. Well, I mean, Joe's a beast. You're a beast. I mean, there's no
I'm
reason.
all right.
Shut the fuck up.
I gotta be humble, bro.
Shut
Like,
the fuck up.
and then what was it? Marquee show
Yeah.
last week. So I was a on stage DJ. You know, playing before, hyping it up. Shouts out to Howard Wallach. We played a couple games with the DJs that were there.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was pretty
Couple
cool.
games. What do you mean games?
So
Like
it
mind
was
games?
just like no,
Trivia.
it was more like trivia, like team building.
Nice.
So it was like, hey, get out of your seat, stretch a little bit. Oh, catch this ball. It says something on it. Repeat it. Tell us about it. It was pretty cool.
That's cool.
And then we did like played like a 15 minutes of yacht rock, and then we did like
Yacht rock.
like yacht
The
rock bingo,
fuck is that?
like 70s, 80s, like classic rock, whatever.
That's cool.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Like I was like, I have this music,
Wow. This is cool.
but legit though, like it was cool. It was fun.
Well, you got plethora of music. I know. I hear you open format all the time.
We've been collecting music for a long time.
Yeah, I think so. I got 10 terabytes sitting with me at all times. I got fucking 40 sitting over there.
I know that's a lot.
Rack up. That's a
No,
lot.
that's pretty much all like what I did. Like it's only been like one Saturday here and there since I've been back. So I'm hoping that the rest of the year just picks up.
Yeah, it should. It should.
Yeah.
Well, you just got out of surgery, so
Yeah,
I mean, that was a lot. That was a lot. I mean,
yeah.
man, we were just talking about that, on the last couple shows, man. Shouts out to Kung Fu DJ who was here last week,
Yeah,
man.
shouts out to
killed it.
Brandon.
Yeah,
Hey, hey.
definitely. Yeah. Brandon Brown.
Yes.
Brandon Brown, BB. Shouts out to him, man. But there was a dope ass show. But yeah, he was talking about ripping his ACL
Mm-hmm.
right
Yeah.
before COVID, and then you, and then
No, it wasn't his ACL. It was his Achilles.
Achilles. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
that's
It's
bad
even
news.
worse. I mean, it's just pretty bad. But yeah, man. I don't know how you guys do it. I don't know how you do it.
I had to wait a year to get surgery because you have contracts. You don't want to stiff your clients.
Fuck them. No joke.
Yeah, you tell it to them.
yeah, you can tell it to the lawyers in court.
No,
Just show them your
No,
scars.
their uncle or their brother-in-law will just show up to your house and be like, "Hey,
Hey, you
you
remember
supposed to
me?
be
Yeah, hey,
Right,
so-
exactly.
Yeah, I got surgery, sir.
right here, we'll break the other one."
Yeah, right. No shit. So how was your weekend, bro? Let's talk about it.
do tell.
Ladies and gentlemen, take a seat, have a cigarette, drink a cup of coffee,
So third,
Have some syrup.
some scissor. What do you call it? Scissor?
No, the extra lean or whatever.
Hey, whatever. Hey, shut up.
y'all crazy.
I got my ice lean right here. Then it's called
So-
iced tea. Starbucks.
So Friday,
That's just like lean. Starbucks.
so Friday I was at the Caravan in River North, DJ there. Oh God! So when I got there, I guess they had like a blind date. They had like a blind date event.
It's called speed dating, bro.
No, it was
No.
it was a blind date event. It was an Irish.
Was everybody blind?
No, but
Like
people,
walkers and
no,
canes
but
and
they were
shit?
drunk and
They were drunk.
Yeah, cattle prod.
they were
Man, I'm
What?
breaking everything.
they were drunk and they kept on drinking, and then I saw people making out in one corner and stuff like that.
Wow.
And then I was supposed
Was
to.
there an upside down pineapple anywhere around there?
No, I was supposed to
okay.
start at
You know what that
10:30.
means.
I was supposed
Yeah.
to start at 10:30. I didn't hop on until 11 o'clock because they were still finishing the event and it ended at 11. And
Did you DJ?
I DJ'd when I
For them?
No, hell no. They had they had a DJ.
Really trying, baby.
They just played
Yeah,
slow
all that.
songs. We
So-
talked about
so
that
they had-
Saturday
so
or
they
whatever.
had-
Teddy bat in the grass and shit.
So they had they had a DJ there who sucked, and I posted. Remember, I don't know if you guys saw the picture I posted with the mixer that was like all turned up to the red.
Yeah, the one I got blamed for.
No.
I got blamed for it.
Oh yeah, that's right.
the
Point
comments,
commented it. Yeah.
That
Nice.
point.
That was at the
You
Caravan.
can go fuck
That
yourself.
DJ, he all he did, he had everything turned up.
Yeah, I saw that.
I saw, yeah, and then he kept on playing. He kept on playing. Mouse T Horny,
Oh wow.
and he kept on playing Taylor Swift.
Miles T. Horny.
I'm horny, so horny. Yeah, that
Oh
song.
my
99
God.
version.
He kept on playing that song. He kept on playing Taylor Swift, and he kept on playing Pig Pony Club.
Wow.
Those are the three songs he kept on playing throughout the whole
On
night.
repeat.
Hey, at least he's consistent.
Consistent.
So he kept on,
Consistency, an idiot.
he kept on playing
Well,
that,
no
and then, but he had his shit turned up. I don't know what the hell.
Yeah.
He's
And then-
headlining. Come on.
So when
No disrespect.
No,
So when-
fuck disrespect that guy. Slap the
so
shit
when
out of
he
him.
so when he got off, I hopped on, and they were asking me if I could play like any like
Pink Pony Club.
No, any Taylor Swift or more chaperone. I was like, no, I don't take requests.
Wow.
I was done. No, I wasn't taking requests the rest of the night. They
How did
kinda
that place
pissed me.
smell after everybody making out?
A lot of I don't know. But
Must have smelled nasty
all I saw was just
in a restaurant.
I hate you, the visual.
spilt
I
beer and all that stuff throughout the whole night.
And
That was
dirty,
Saturday
the
night.
dirty chonies.
No.
Both pair and dirty.
So that
chonies.
was Friday. Saturday, I was at what the fuck was I Saturday? Oh, I was at Club Escape.
blind and drunk.
I was at Club Escape on Saturday,
Mr. V.
and then
He's on it.
and then Sunday I was at Prestige for their brunch in Cicero.
Nice.
And now here's an interesting story. So, I had a rental drop off for
Shouts out to Fast Eddie.
I had a rental drop off for Pride North in the city. So here's a story for that. So I didn't know that they were doing Pride North again until
Till Tuesday.
huh?
Till Tuesday. The week before.
Wednesday. They hit me up Wednesday.
Wow, 3 days before.
Right. They hit me up Wednesday asking me to rent out some gear. So they rented out so they wanted the same gears they had before years prior, which was 2000s, 3000s, 89, 900 Nexus. That was that. Yeah. 2 stages.
All right.
So so I sent them the rental agreement and stuff like that. I didn't get the deposit back until Friday. Still no signed agreement. So I went over there and had them sign the agreement. Now, I got to where the location is Friday. They found out on that day that they were denied permits for Pride North because they couldn't do any they couldn't fix the corrections that was happening over there.
What corrections?
Security, that was it.
That's all they needed.
Security, that was it. Security, it was security and the next thing I'm gonna get into later on. But it was one of them was security, the other one was licensing. So, so they had moved everything from outside to inside. So they had to tear down the stages that they had built already for Friday, and they moved everything to inside Saturday.
They brought the stages inside.
No,
I was
they
gonna say.
just had to tear down they had to tear down the stage and move everything to the inside. So the DJ lineup had to be changed.
Now we're talking these big elaborate stages, kind of like
No.
what we use for Cicero.
No,
They're probably
Okay.
risers.
no, pretty much that's what it is. It's just risers with the tent,
Nice.
a huge tent.
Peter Ramos, what up, bro?
What up, Peter Ramos? So they moved everything to inside. They had to alter the DJ DJ lineup and stuff like that. So that was that.
Altered it how?
Some of the DJs had to be moved, had to be off. They couldn't DJ because they had to change up the lineup because there's not 2 stages anymore. It's just one setup, stuff like that. So
Nice going, Mike.
so
You didn't get the pre-show fucking. All right, you can yell at him. Yell at him, Alex.
Angelo, what's going on?
What up, Ange?
So that was that. So then Saturday now.
What's up, Angelo?
So Saturday now they had to I had Fast Eddie. So shout out to Fast Eddie. He actually set up the gear for me for Saturday.
Yeah.
So now they were using the 3000s and the A9. Fast Eddie got there. The DJ booth was too big.
Yeah, he
The
FaceTimed me.
DJ booth was too small.
That's
So
what she said. I got him.
the DJ booth was too small. So they had to so we couldn't use the A9. So I had to
By like
have,
an inch and a half
Right.
on either side.
so I had to
I
set.
told him to cut the fucking wall.
Hilarious.
What up, Match?
What up, Matt?
So I had to
Don
set.
Carlo, what up, bro?
So
No,
I
I
had
did not.
So I had to send someone to I had to send an Uber to drop off the 900 Nexus
Yeah,
too.
no, I was on the phone with him.
Right.
He was like, "You're sending it with an Uber."
Yeah.
I said, "Make sure you use a seatbelt."
Get in there.
So they dropped off the 900 Nexus mixer. That was
How much
fine.
did that cost you?
What, the Uber?
Yeah.
It was like $20.
That's not bad.
Yeah. So they dropped off the 900 Nexus to Fast Eddie. Fast Eddie set that up. So now during that whole time, the sound guy for the event was supposed to be there. Sound guy didn't show up.
Yeah, no
So-
shit. I thought so too.
So
He was like,
Fast
I'm over
Eddie,
here. I'm not gonna wait all day for this guy.
right? So Fast Eddie got there around 11 o'clock. He left around 2 o'clock, close to 2 o'clock. The sound guy showed up after 2 o'clock when Laura B was supposed to start to make sure everything was powered on and good to go.
How'd she do?
She did good. She did good. So when I got
Laura
off,
B?
Yeah.
Come on, bro. Are you serious?
Dude,
Is that even a question?
She's fire, dude.
yeah.
Oh, shit.
When I got there, she was just finishing her set. So we were talking
And shout out to Laura B for fucking being actually a fucking DJ that knows to carry extra shit.
so shout out
Right,
to
Mike?
her.
Right, Mike?
She's
Remember that,
on,
Mike?
Dude,
Remember that, Mike?
Stop
You
here.
actually, Mike called me one time from Adobe Killers, and I was at Park Tavern. What did you need? There was something that your headphones.
Oh my god.
Hey, you forgot headphones that day.
Yeah, like I did tonight.
That's all right. That's cool.
So
Here comes out to the rescue again. I got your back. I got your back. I love you, bro.
oh my god.
I'm not racist.
So I got there. I guess there wasn't an RCA cables there, so I stopped by, dropped off RCA cables. That was that. I went to Club Escape to DJ. I get a text message from the bartender saying that they're shutting down the bar because of the second reason why I asked to correct the permits.
Yeah, boys in white and blue came.
Yeah, CPD. It was like I got the pictures, like 5-10 of them, and they shut down the place because they didn't have permits. I mean, they didn't have license.
Wow.
No liquor license.
Wow.
Liquor license expired. And I looked it up today. The liquor license expired back in May.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's a while ago.
Yeah. So
They've been operating, so they're gonna fine him from May till now.
Yeah. So it
He's gonna
expired.
get fined.
So they expired back in May. So they couldn't operate. So I had to shut down. So now I'm worried about my gear because they're not gonna open on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to DJ at Cicero at 11 o'clock. So shout out to Miss Chicago, and she showed up. She DJed at 11 o'clock.
Speaking of Miss Chicago, we gotta talk about her.
Okay. So I dropped off a Flex 10 for her in Cicero, drove from Cicero to Chicago to pick up the gear. 12 o'clock, the manager was supposed to be there, as he said via text message. He didn't show up. So the cleaning crew was there. So thank God for the cleaning crew.
Gracias.
So I went. He's funny.
Terrible, man.
Asshole.
Damn.
So I went there.
So
Cleaning
my
crew was there. I tore down my.
Gracias.
I grabbed all my shit.
You grabbed who?
I grabbed my 3000s and the 900 Nexus, and
Just
I left.
Just
And
saying.
I haven't heard from them since.
I know they're like 1,500 ahead right now.
What?
Nothing.
Wow.
When you said grabbed them.
Wow. That's
What? I'm
fucked
just
up.
saying.
It's fucked up.
1,500 ahead. I don't know,
Fucked
man.
up, Al.
People need money.
Fucked up.
Oh,
So-
times are tough, right?
Fucked up. All I'm saying about this whole story that happened over at Pride
Times are
North.
tough, huh?
Right. All I'm saying that the shit that happened at Pride North, it was just bad all around. It was poor planning, poor everything that happened
But
was
did
at
you
Big
think
Fair.
about what I talked to you about? About you taking over?
No.
I think you did.
They asked me. They asked me last year, and I said, "Yeah, I'll do it because there was no problem last year." But this year, because the guy who normally did it, he sit this one out for health reasons, which is fine. But then nothing wasn't organized up until this week or last week.
All right.
DJs, getting gear
No-
and
no
all that
No
shit.
disrespect to the other guy, but I know he's sick, but I think he did that on purpose.
Oh well, he actually let down the community of Rogers Park. No, he let them down basically because of the shit that happened. People were actually looking forward to going to Pride North because
Maybe
they
you should take over.
don't want to they don't want to go through all the hassle and the headache that's happening over in Lakeview, so they
Maybe.
go somewhere up north, which is less chaotic. But
Maybe Alex should.
that failed.
Jump
So
in.
no, I'm good. So they asked me, but they asked me last week if I was able to, if I would do it and take over and be in charge. I was like, not after this that happened this past week.
What if you were just in charge, you by yourself?
That's fine, but again, they would have to pay me a lot. I told you this. They would have to pay me a lot to do all this planning and stuff like that.
I don't even understand.
I would have
how
to get-
these people
I would-
got paid. Did you guys were the DJs getting paid?
Well, here's the thing: the DJs that DJ'd on Saturday, Laura B, Ron G, and another DJ, they all got paid.
Ron Carroll was there?
No,
Oh,
Ron
Ron who? Or Ron G?
Ron G.
Oh, I never. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's another DJ.
I had no
I know.
shit
I known
then.
him for a decade, but
A whole
but
decade.
yeah,
You're on the nose with the decade.
10+ years.
Okay, cool. Say that.
So
Hold on.
precise over here.
Right.
You're
Hey,
gonna
well,
change
he
your
said
DJ
a decade, bro. I got to make sure.
So
Come
they
with
all
the X-Acto knife,
they
you
all
know?
got right. They all got
9 months, 6 years.
Right,
they all
10
got
hours?
paid. The DJs on Saturday, they all got paid. I got my deposit on Friday, but they owe me $600 more. But honestly, I'm just gonna let it go. That's just my opinion. Because
Because he's got money.
no, I don't have money like
He's
that.
rich.
Because one, the contract was for 2 setups. They only were able to use one.
So
The
whose
co-
whose
the
fault
co-
was that?
Their fault. I get
Okay.
it. But then the cost of the 3000s and the 900 Nexus mixer pretty much covered the deposit.
The
So.
deposit.
Huh?
It's just a deposit.
Yeah, just cover the
Not
deposit.
refundable.
Very true. It's not refundable. So
Well,
Good
I'd
luck
go
to
get-
them.
I would go. Well, damn. Good luck to them.
That's all I can say.
So if they
Good luck
call
to
you
them.
next year, you're done.
I don't know. We'll see.
I bet you'll do it.
They have to pay me the full amount.
The whole 6.
No, I charged them $1,100, so they'll have to pay me for the full
Well, I
amount.
think they still owe you.
That sounds like a discount to me.
That sounds like a big ass discount. That's what I'm saying.
Nathan Scott, what's going on?
What up,
they
Nate, bro?
They would have to
What's
pay me
going
a
on?
lot. DJ Lexman, what's up? But they would,
Lexman,
have,
what up, bro?
they would have to pay me a lot. They would have to pay me a lot to
Lexman
plan.
been? Lexman's been MIA, bro. I haven't seen him in a while. Welcome back,
I
bro.
don't know. They would have to pay me a lot, and they would have to pay me a lot to rent the gear. Pay me a lot for planning, and pay me a lot to do the gear. So
So planning like the whole thing.
yes, they would have to pay me a lot. They would have to pay me like almost like double the cost of a wedding planner to plan this thing.
Okay, so there's different costs. I'm kind of curious. What would you charge him?
I don't know, but
What would you charge him?
5 figures, but I don't know.
Wow.
5 figures.
4 figures.
4 figures.
4 figures, yeah.
5.
6.
And-
DJ, look out, what's out?
and
What up,
6
look?
zeros.
I don't know, man. What would you charge him? I want to know.
What's up? What's up?
I don't know.
5 grand, 10 grand, 20 grand.
No.
See, he wants the juice. Give him the juice.
I don't know. I'll probably have to. I don't know. I'll probably have to pay like.
Bravo, what up,
They
man?
have to pay me like 4,000.
That's it?
To plan
That's
this
it?
whole thing.
That's it. Then you're cheap.
For my headache, yes.
You're a cheap date.
For the shut up for the headache,
You're
then
a
I
cheap
might
date.
have to.
How many people did that place fucking just bring in?
Hundreds,
Hundreds, or thousands.
close to thousands.
Okay.
So yeah, they would have to pay me a lot.
For
Not only
what,
for
they have a riser stage. That's it
yeah.
for thousands, close to 1,000 people.
Yeah.
On a block party.
It's pretty much what it is. They have 2 stage risers and
But don't they come and go? Like,
yeah, they come and go exactly.
stop it.
Sounds personal.
Stop it.
Sounds personal.
I,
So-
I felt it. Stop
They would
it.
have to pay. They would have to pay
You
me.
said it.
They would have to pay me a few $1,000s just to plan the whole thing. Because then I would have to get in contact with vendors. I have to get in contact with sponsors. I have to make sure that licensing and permits are in order and all that shit.
Dog,
Yeah, that's a lot of
Mr.
headache.
V,
That's
Mr.
a lot of
V, you've been
headache.
out of the wedding scene for a long time. 3K, that's cheap, bro.
Oh really?
It
That's
is?
cheap. 3K, hell yeah, that's cheap. For a wedding planner?
I don't think it's a wedding planner. I think in general.
Chavez said she'll be glad to handle Pride North.
There you go. She's a promoter. She'll take care of it.
I know.
Dude, you got so much backing, bro. I don't know why you wouldn't do
You
it.
say this. You told me this earlier today too. Like I
You got
have
so much backing and you
I
don't
have
want to do it.
I have so much backing and
You
stuff
have-
like that.
and you're a
I don't-
smart guy
Whatever.
with a lot of fucking credit cards.
Whatever.
You put everything on your credit card and just charge everybody later.
Not really.
Charge it.
Right. Stop. You're watching too much of the damn
Flintstones.
Flintstones.
Yeah,
No,
remember?
I don't.
Charge it.
I don't. So that's my story. For,
I
for Pride North.
I think you're responsible. I think you should do it. Do it.
Anyway,
Do
why don't you
it.
do
doing
it?
it. Everybody's doing it.
I don't
Come
know
on.
anybody. I don't know anybody over there.
Why don't you do it?
It's too much headache.
And so you want me to do it?
You don't have headache.
Right.
You don't. Just me on Mondays.
That's the headache enough.
Yeah.
Oh, real
and
quick.
that stuff in Jamaica.
Right.
Is it making me crazy?
Real quick. Shout out to Fast Eddie. I had to drove over to his place to grab the A9 for the
You drove
hiccup.
all the way over there?
Yeah, I drove to Elgin
Damn, son.
to pick up the A9 for the
Damn,
headache.
son.
And then I went over to Crash and Bridgeview to meet up with Stephanie from Latinos in the House and
Speaking of, she just showed up with her staff.
what up, Stephanie? I was just so she just tuned in right in time. So shout
Do it
out
like
to her.
that.
So shout out to her, QMM and Pablo Punk out and his girlfriend Veronica. I met up with them at Crash at Bridgeview to pick up the USBs because I did a mix with me and a whole bunch of other DJs.
Yeah, I know.
DJ Lookout, Adam, Adam Jam Master Rock, QMM, a whole bunch of other DJs, Pump Boy Lee.
Yeah.
We did a bunch of
I saw
USBs.
the list.
Yeah.
I saw the list.
So I have USBs
That's-
for sales. Hit me up if you guys are interested. And
How
then
much?
it's $40.
Free 99.
What'd you say?
40.
That's
And
not
then
bad. For fucking
it's
what,
a lot.
20
It's a-
DJs?
it's
There's
a
like
lot.
20 DJs
Yeah,
on one USB. That's
it's
great.
a lot. It's a
That's
lot.
cheap.
And then
That's
and
cheap
then,
like that, but cheap.
and then Dajé was there too at
Yeah, no, I heard.
Crash.
I
Yeah.
know. Anytime you walk in this fucking, with Stephanie and shit, bro, it's all fucking red carpet treatment, bro.
So shout out to Stephanie and Pablo and
Shout
and
out to
QMM.
Gino too on the fucking amazing
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, the house run, I saw that.
Wow, man,
Chicago
there
house
was like
run.
10,000 people
The
there.
game, and Stephanie gave
I
me.
thought
like-
it was. Dude, that shit should have turned into another fucking marathon, Chicago marathon, bro. It was so packed.
And it's
Yeah?
funny.
Yeah, it was packed,
But
man.
Stephanie just commented. She's like, "Your mix was fire." I listened to QMM's mix too, Yeah, his was like a lot of baby. He called it the baby making mix, and it was a lot of baby making music there.
Yo, what's up with Q&M, dude?
R-
He's been
a
going.
lot-
He's going the other side, bro.
No,
Yeah, a lot of R&B,
I heard
a lot of juke.
I heard a lot.
A lot of juke.
Nah,
What's up with
and
that, bro?
The mix on this USB, he had a lot of R&B, some Timberland in there too. I was like, oh,
Who the fuck is he?
damn.
I thought he just played
I was
house
like, you
music.
really try to have people have
You
sex
don't know Mike?
to the record?
I know, bro. I've known
I
Mike,
was
bro.
gonna
That's my
say,
boy,
shit.
Mike.
He's from
Yeah,
our
that's my boy.
generation. He's
He's
I
my
was
boy.
like,
Yeah,
wow.
He's my boy, man. I love Mike.
So yeah, so shout out to Stephanie and the Latinas in the house. They gave me a shirt too. So
Oh,
shout out to
wow.
them.
I didn't get a shirt.
You weren't there.
Oh, I wasn't
I
invited.
actually called you, but you didn't pick up the phone.
Oh, did you? I was sleeping.
Exactly.
Sorry, my bad.
So whose fault is that?
Yours.
So Mixx.
Yo,
Every time I'm fucking around, or I always include you, no matter what, dude. And this guy fucking forgets
You don't
about
call me.
me. I don't. Oh, my bad. Sorry, my bad.
You don't call. So
Okay, Usher. I don't know.
DJ Wise Guy,
You
what's
don't
going
have
on?
to call.
Right.
Just call, girl, and I will be. Forget
That was
it.
actually
And
that was
you
actually on
you
the
don't
Mixx
like
and
R&B,
QMM.
do you?
I'm pretty sure it was.
You don't like R&B.
Wow, you're being racist right now.
What?
I love R&B.
This is you. This is.
I love Aubrey. Dude, I just rocked I'll Be Sure this weekend. What's here? Ooh, I'll Be
Okay,
Sure.
all
I'll Be
right,
Sure.
all
And I'm not
right.
talking about me be sure. That's I'll Be Sure. Okay?
Okay.
Wah,
I
wah,
did some,
wah.
yeah, wah, wah, wah.
Right. Anyways, Mixx, what's going
What up,
on, sir?
Mikey?
Hey,
What's going
What's
on?
up, brother?
building.
What's going on?
Finally, thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, no shit. Finally, it only took fucking 2 years.
Right?
Yeah, the first time you had a
Stop.
contract. It was a contract, yeah.
Yeah, the bride calls me. She's like, "Hey, we have to have a planning meeting." I'm like, "I got
Today?
something to do." Not today. I showed up.
No, I know.
No, she had a planning meeting, and she's like, "Hey, we got to move it." I'm like, "Al,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the second time it was my scheduling. It's not fucking
whatever.
fucked up.
It's
I
only a
fucked
schedule."
up. Yeah, it's a big schedule.
So 3 strikes, you're out.
That's what she
no,
said.
no. We got 1-on-1 right now. Bases loaded.
I can tell you the
Don't trip.
I can tell you the first time before we get into story of Mixx. I can tell you real quick.
Yeah.
The first time I met Mixx was at
Adobe.
correct. It was at Adobe. They were looking for DJs at Adobe at the time.
Oh man,
Well,
I felt
obviously-
bad. Like, dude, I felt bad when you're like, "Hey, can you play Kanye West Fade?" I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, I didn't know how to take it. And I was like, dude, I'm sorry, I can't play it. And then like,
What, you asked him?
No, someone came up to me. I think someone came up to Mixx and they were requesting songs. I guess this was at the time where Adobe was real strict on music.
yeah,
Oh.
I was in,
Yeah,
I was in
this
my
was-
head.
That was in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. They were looking for
I
DJs
was,
in
dude,
the
I was an
beginning.
asshole. Like, my apologies, dude. Like,
No, you
legit.
are an asshole.
Always, you know.
I love
That's why you gotta
Mix.
try to stay humble. It's
It's all right. It's okay, Mix.
That I remember that was the first time I met Mixx.
Mix was strict.
It wasn't my calling.
Yeah, they were.
And you
they were-
being a brother walking into Adobe, what was it? Skirt!
okay. So
I'll never forget. I got called racist so many times.
Yeah. So
Not even for speaking to people. It was
that was. And
It's just a side look.
But whose fault was that at the time?
Ooh.
I'm not mentioning names.
Can I?
No, plead
Can I?
No, you
Can
guys
I?
could talk about it later.
Can I?
Whose fault? Whose fault
Actually,
was that?
Adobe, I
Whose
just.
fault was that at the time? Because at the time, that's when the entertainment district in Rosemont was popping.
Yeah,
That's
that's
when
very,
Rose-
very, that's from
That's
the
when
beginning.
Adobe was closing at 4:00
Yeah.
because y'all was having
Those
We all
were
were.
some real fun times.
We all were.
because you guys were having people over there.
Dude, we had lines wrapped around the
Exactly,
corner, bro.
I remember.
We had our line went all the way down past Fogo de Chao. Their line
So
went
what
past
happened?
the movie theater.
So what happened there?
Management. Dead ass.
Okay,
Tell me no.
all right.
Because bro, we had that shit fucking popping since
No,
day
just
one.
times
You
were
think
changing.
you think
Legit,
you
times
think
were
you
changing.
no, but no, I'm talking
Because
about
Adobe's still popping on the
No.
weekends, bro.
No, they're doing fine.
Yeah, they're
What-
doing fine, but everybody else dropped off.
When I
what's
was-
going on, Pound. No, Mike.
Come
No,
on with 2Ds. What up, bro?
no. My question to
Look
you.
out, what up, bro?
I guess I could ask the question for the both of you guys. What happened that you guys had to put restrictions on music back then?
That wasn't us.
No, it was just
That was
it
management.
was just the way it was.
Okay, so Adobe started off with live music. They
I
started off
remember.
with
They
the-
still had it
yeah, no, they
during the
still,
week.
and then it was half DJ, half live.
on Fridays.
Yeah, no Fridays and Saturdays for a while in the very
Yeah,
very
yeah,
beginning.
yeah,
In the
I'm
very
sorry,
beginning, yeah, because I was DJing from the rooftop over at fucking Park Tavern. When I started that, bro, fucking Hopper House wasn't even done yet.
Mhm.
It was still dirt. And so was well at the
still
time
dirt.
it was still dirt. Seriously, it was still dirt. When I got there, I was like, holy shit!
Shout out
the
to
only
DJ Rome.
yeah
Does a
Rome
great fucking job.
yeah fucking the only two places that were there were the Sugar Factory, Adobe, Park Tavern, and was
It was
Toby
Five
Keith's.
Roses, right?
Was Toby Keith's. Five Roses was not even there yet.
Oh,
Well,
this
I mean,
was
it was
before
up.
me then.
Yeah,
This
it was up.
before me.
It was up. There was just dirt, man, and it was popping. I mean, it was popping hard, and then I mean, it progressed. Like year number 2, holy shit!
Pound is an idiot.
Well, what did he say?
He said the Italians didn't want blacks there.
Wow.
That's the bottom line.
Kevin, you're awesome, bro.
Wow,
Pound is an idiot.
That's fine with 2Ds.
So
Parkway Bank.
No, so that was the first time I ran into Mixx was at Adobe. I don't remember how.
I don't know how I met, like, how we were, like.
Right. I
Yeah.
don't remember how.
You were standing on stage or something. I think it was, like,
Yeah.
one of the slower nights or something.
Yeah.
You were standing on stage and get kicked off.
Oh, stop it. No,
They got kicked off. All the guys got kicked off the stage.
no,
Don't
this was
tell
on
me-
a slower period.
It was on
Oh.
a slow night, but I think it was like on a Thursday or something
Yeah,
like that.
if you didn't have a clit, you were not a lot. Right? It was true. Security said they would.
You're a little harsh, bro.
Hey, it was the truth, man. They would say it on the fucking thing.
I thought
I
I,
was like-
signed the agreement, PG-13.
No, you didn't sign shit. You didn't sign shit. Stop it. Am I lying? I don't know if it was Italians. I think it was more the
Yeah, I don't know.
Ukrainians.
What? Well, I'm neither. No, I'm Italian. So, no,
Hey, you're
not-
Italian. You're Italian.
Hey.
Sorry. Hey.
Spaghetti sauce, right?
Hey, it was all right. When did you start Adobe?
Fuck.
That was, I think, year number
I
2.
think it was like the second year that they were open.
Yeah, second year. Yeah, year number 2.
Yeah,
because-
I kind of lucked out. I was like their glorified entertainment director. I had to follow the lead of somebody else. So like,
You know what's funny? You know, it's actually funny that you're bringing this up because when I was there 2 weeks ago on a Thursday for the very first concert in the park, actually some older white lady came up to me, and we had Latin people inside of Adobe, and people were dancing. Even the white people dance to the fucking Latin music.
Well,
They love it.
Adobe Gillis, what you think? And then you guys have it's a Tex-Mex theme restaurant.
Well, this lady actually walked up to me. She goes, do you have any rock? And I said, yeah, I do. She goes, well, why are you playing this stuff? When I was coming here, bro, she was racist as fuck, dude. Yeah, bro, she straight walked
Really?
up to me. Yeah, man.
yeah,
you call them racist automatically, or did she say something that
No.
generated that?
Then after
Karen
that,
over
then,
there.
yeah, she turned around and she goes, see, and this is why this the entertainment district is so dead now is because you guys came to fuck it up.
You guys.
I
Yeah,
don't
and then she
know.
walked
That's
away.
what she said. You
yeah,
guys.
and then she walked away. So I just got up, graciously went told the fucking manager, and she was not served anymore, so she left.
You guys.
Yeah, you guys.
She
Hey,
really
you
said that?
guys.
Yeah, hey, you guys.
She had to be like in her 40s or something.
Oh, she was older than that.
Really?
Yeah, she looked like she was in her 60s and stole her fucking granddaughter's clothes. That ass.
Hey, that's somebody's grandma. Chill,
Yeah.
chill, bro.
Yeah.
Chill.
Well, yeah, give her.
So,
her-
Mixx,
Stop letting her in your closet. How about that?
Mixx, tell us about yourself.
And her
What
boyfriend was
Tell me
another
about
fucking
yourself,
loser.
right?
yeah, what got you into the game of DJ?
Well, first of all, how long you been DJing?
Well, I don't even know if you want to call it official, but like I started like a lot of us did back in '92.
A lot of us.
Yeah, a lot of
Sorry
us.
before that.
Well, I'm not going
Alex.
into
Alex,
right.
maybe?
So
Alex was
whatever,
born in
like
90s.
I'll date myself. I'm 45, so like I started officially DJing like when I was like around 16ish. So it was more or less it was a hobby, you know. It's like, you know, your dad cuts hair, your grandpa cuts hair, everybody's cutting hair. Yes, Kevin, it's an Italian thing. Sorry. I know it's gonna probably pop up.
Hey, yo.
Hey, so my mom was in the Motown, whatever. I was in the band in
Your
grade
mom
school.
was in the Motown?
Legit.
Really?
Yeah, shouts out to my mom, or I wouldn't be DJing.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing. I'm not saying anything.
I don't know. You're alluding to something.
I'm not-
He's
no.
not. No, he's not.
Why you starting shit, bro?
But
I
legit,
was
though.
curious.
Legit, like I started off, you know, whatever.
Mom's cool as fuck. I
Yeah.
love that lady.
Father passed when I was in 91, whatever. I inherited his turntables or whatever from my uncle. He's like, here, happy birthday, have at it. So I was saving up all my lunch money, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to go to Hip House. I'm going to go to Jumpin'. That's how I met half of these guys.
Yeah.
And I wound up working at half of these record stores, too. Because, you know, you spend 4 or 5 hours at the store.
Yeah.
So,
Damn.
doing all that, and my mom's like, hey, you really want to take this serious? I'm like, you know, I'm a jock. You know, I'm sitting on the sidelines in school because, you know, there's a lot of politics in high school, like when you play sports, because whose kid's on the board, whatever. So, like, I was tired of being benched. And
A
I
lot
was
of
like,
politics and DJing, just to let you know.
I wouldn't know.
Yeah, because you're always at the top of the flight.
The flight of the stairs falling down? Huh?
No, you're at the top of the flight, bro.
Nah.
Always been.
I
Always
just have
since I've known
supporters,
you.
that's all.
Yeah.
No,
You're a
but
beast.
whatever. Like, I just learned how to DJ on my own. Like, one of my buddies, like when I moved from the city, I lived in Franklin Park. I went to East Lyde. A lot of cool people in high school at that time. So like one of my good buddies, cool Puerto Rican kid that I was friends with, he's like, hey, he's like, my brother's a DJ. I'm like, yeah. He's like, here's what he got. The guy was phenomenal. So Fast Fingers Frankie, I met him at one of the what do you call it? Flea markets. And he was spraying shirts. My mom's like, you want a shirt like that? I'm like, yeah. So we went over there and dude hooked it up. Like till this day, like I still talk to him when I see him about it. But back in high school, I was just like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna do the DJ, whatever. I didn't take it serious. And then my buddy's like, you're decent at this. Why don't you stick with it? I'm like, okay. He's like, my brother's a producer. You want to DJ with my brother? I'm like, I really don't want to be like, spoken for or whatever. I just want to just learn, just play. So I locked myself like legit in the basement for like 2 years or whatever. I really didn't go out on the weekends. And I was like total dork in high school. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to learn this. This is pretty cool. Saving up my lunch money. My mom's like, here's $250. You go get these turntables.
Wow.
Dude, if it wasn't for my mom, I would not be the DJ today.
Damn.
And like she invested her first $250 into me. And I was like, bet I'm going to do this. Oh. Like my mom believed in me and I was like, shit, whatever. Mama's boy, whatever. And I was like, cool. I became decent at it. And back in the day, like 90, 94, 95, I met some cool people like Smooth V and a few other guys.
Damn.
We were doing Battle of the High Schools. Mm-hmm. Like the DJs would go to like a Villa Bernetti or like Empress or whatever at the time it was. And we would battle one another, who'd go to Holy Cross, who'd go whatever. And I was like, oh, this is pretty cool. So I was all right. I came in tied with somebody else or whatever. And it was just a good time. Mm-hmm. And then I got offered to play at a couple teen clubs back then when teen clubs were a thing. And I was like, oh, this is cool, whatever. I'll never forget, like, I went to go play at, like, my first teen club. I think it was called the Cool Zone at the time. Shouts out to TKC. So I went to go play there. My mom drove me there. I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, no one's to see me, right? Pull up in my Creative Records. She's like, I'll drop you off. You just go in. So my mom would come everywhere I would DJ. Yeah. And I didn't care, whatever. I thought it was super cool. Shouts out to my parents. They still come out today, till this day. Yeah. Like, everywhere I play, they want to come out and they want to see what it's all about, whatever. And I was like, these girls do what? I'm like,
don't worry about it.
Mind your business. Go play the slot machines. Do whatever you got to do. Mom's super cool. But,
oh, Mom is cool.
Thank
Mom's
you.
awesome.
Appreciate that.
Both your parents, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, just learned how to DJ, taught myself, playing these DJ battles or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And I dated this girl at the time. And she's like, hey, my brother's a nightclub promoter. You want to play at it? I was like, where? She's like, over here. So I went there, whatever. I tried out. The guy denied me, like, flat out. Because like I didn't know how to perform in front of others to like get them to want to buy me, like
I got
to buy me like into their club or whatever, right? To pay me, and I was like, oh, cool, whatever. So he's like, we'll give you one more shot. Come back, do a lot better. I'm like, okay. Came in there with a Creative Records. I think I was going through like 32, flipping from turntable to turntable, and I must have went through a stack of records. I don't even remember. But like they're all watching. They're like, dude, you're pretty good. We want to hire you. I'm like, okay. I didn't know how to take it. But yeah, just fast forward till today. I still do what I love. Do a lot of weddings, whatever. Shouts out to all you DJs out there that are looking for work. If you guys want to come help me or whatever, hit me on my socials. Messed up my shoulder, so could always use. Off. Yeah, drop the soap, right?
Mixx.
No, but legit though, rotor cuff surgery is not the best.
No, I hear you.
Yeah,
I hear you.
I had to wait about a year and a half to get it. So yeah, it's really not too much about me. Like, I'm just another cat that loves music, loves to DJ. And
well, there's a lot about you, bro, because you've been around the way for a long time.
Well, I met you when I was a teenager. I think I came to like one of the first bars that you were working at. I remember these were like the Prono printing days.
Yeah. Yeah, we just lost the owner too.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that. Yeah. Sorry to hear that. But yeah, just playing on back in the day when it was a thing. B96 Street Flavor on Sundays, whatever.
Sundays. What about Friday, Saturday?
That was
the shit.
I got lucky if I got pat on the back. I was just too humble for what I was.
Yeah.
Like I wish I knew now what I know now back then. Like everybody else says. Because like growing up, I didn't have a dad. I didn't know how to act. I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna be an asshole. Shouts out to all the people that put up with me for all these years. But yeah.
I'm fucking around.
I love you like a step brother.
I'm fucking around.
Ain't the saying it takes one to know one?
Yeah,
time.
damn right.
Right,
Damn right.
exactly. But
Fucking-
yeah, I think what was it when I was buying records from Jumpin' Music at the time, I met like Phil Rock the House Rizzo. I met like,
Damn.
yeah. So what
I
was
heard
it?
that name in a minute.
So
He's retired.
so what's the name of the DJ for Pam?
Triple H.
Triple
Yeah.
H.
So I met him at Jumpin' Music. I used to like legit sit there and like drool over the records. I was like, oh man, I wish I could afford these records. They were like $6 at the time when I was a teenager. And I was like, oh, that's how I met, Triple H and like a few others. And then Pump Boy, I met him when Alcatraz was open.
Uh-huh.
And Eric Zick, remember him?
Yep.
DJ Spin. So
Yep.
like I used to hang out with him all the time. I'm just a kid like a brother.
Yeah.
But
Whatever
if you guys
happens to-
can't tell, I'm Italian. I talk with my hands. I'm like,
He
doing
talks
like-
with his hands.
I'm
man.
like trying to land a plane in your.
It's all right, bro.
In
It's
your
all right. You
studio
ever
over
saw
here.
if you know who Andrew Dice Clay is? Hey, don't worry about it.
Hey,
Hey. Little Miss Muffet sat on the tuffet in the curtain waves.
yeah,
hey.
but if you hold my hands out, I can't talk.
Yeah, exactly, right? He's mute. He's mute.
So if I'm boring you with the story, you could stop me.
No, that's all right.
But yeah, and then the teen clubs opened up. So like, what was it, like 97? That's when Club Excite and Palindrome used to be a thing.
Oh, shit.
So I was, shouts out to Breakdown B and Eric T. Like we were DJs or whatever at the time at this cool teen club, and it was like a teenager's dream. Like that's how we met all the dance crews. Shout out to the Untouchables because like I met a lot of them there, like West Black and like Dimitri. So like it was just an awesome time for what it was.
Yeah.
But then unfortunately it closed down, and then like when I became 21, I moved out to Schaumburg, so I was Dakotas.
Yeah.
So it was like every Thursday, everybody go from alumni club or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
It
go
was,
over-
it was Boogie Nights.
No, Boogie Nights was
Schaumburg.
it wasn't where alumni club was though.
No, I know, but they used to go from
Oh
Boogie
yeah, for
Nights
sure.
to-
DJ
to-
Marco
yeah.
used to play. Yeah,
Yeah, Marco, man, shout out to him, man. Yeah, definitely.
It's been a long time, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. I miss all those guys, man. Fucking John
Ali
Petersdorf
G,
and all
my
those
man.
guys
Hey.
passed away. Ali, what up, bro? What's going on, man? Fucking Mike in the building, man. Tibble's in the building. Look at this
QMN,
guy.
what's going on, sir?
Yeah, quick mix, man.
Mike, hey.
Yeah, bro. The R&B specialist.
Leo from Classic Crow is in the live stream. What's going on?
What up, Leo? What's going on, bro? Thank you guys for stopping by for Mr. Mixx with 2 X's.
Hey.
Hey, so how did Mixx come about?
The name?
Yeah.
All right. So from what I remember, when I was a teenager in high school, I used to play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, damn.
So I was like total RPG dork, like Boy Scout, whatever. Like love.
I was a
it.
Boy Scout, but I never did that.
So my DJ name wasn't that yet. It was. I'm gonna hate myself for saying this. So remember like Louis the Wicked and all those guys.
Yeah.
So I was like, shit, I want to be Xandar the Wicked. Like I was like
Xandar?
total dork name, right?
Oh.
But like I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna be taken serious.
Right.
So like I was looking around. I was one of those kids that's like,
Xandar.
don't even start.
I'm curious. That's cool. Actually, as a matter of fact, I was just reading up that some people in Japan actually are using fucking Pokemon names for
Really?
the DJ names. Yeah.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
I read it. I
So
was
there's-
reading it.
So there's a DJ Charizard somewhere?
Somewhere, yeah. There's a
Tokyo.
chance.
Or
Yeah,
Pikachu.
bro.
Or DJ Pikachu?
Hey, bro. In Japan, I guess it's big, man. Whatever, dude. I'm just saying. I don't know Charizard. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
So I don't know. I was like real big into Dungeons and Dragons, like playing those stupid board games or whatever. Like, I was like, no. I'm like, I don't think I'll be taken serious. And my buddy looked at me. He goes, dude. He goes, that's a lot. He goes, you sure? You gonna choose that name? I'm like, eh. So then I was like, all right. I was looking at the turntable at the time, First Techniques, and I was like, oh, I'm like DJ Pitch Control. That sounds stupid. And I was like, all right, DJ Mixx. That's what I do. And I was like, I'm like, that's so original. So at the time when I was at Palindrome, DJ Mixx and Mark Stout, he used to play at Zero Gravity. Shout out to Mark. They're like, are you DJ Mixx and Mark? I'm like, no. I'm like, my DJ name is DJ Mixx. I'm like, we're going to have a problem with this because they're going to think I'm trying to be somebody I'm not. So I was like, oh, I'm like, well, it's going to be DJ Mixx, M-I-X. So I guess back in the day, there was this one dude, he was like an old school DJ, total cool guy or whatever. His name was DJ Mixx. And I was like, oh man, I'm not going to be one of those guys that's going to take someone else's name and be like, hey kid, change your name. I was like, all right, DJ M-I-X-X. All right, cool, whatever. Just kept it. It just stuck with me. So like now it's like when I chose my DJ name, back to my mom's story, she used to call me Mixx. I'm like, you name me something else, it's Mike. And she's like, no, it's cool, it's Mixx. I'm happy for you. I'm like, all right. So like when they meet my mom, they're like, hey, Mama Mixx.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is awesome. I'm like, So it's cool, whatever. But yeah, it's a real simple story.
You know, it's chill, man, because there's not too many Mixx. There's not too many. There's
a million on social media.
Really, DJ Mixx.
Yeah, look them up.
Wow, really?
Yeah, look them up. Like,
Wow,
and I
of
think
it.
they have way more friends, way more whatever on social media than I do. And
So
I
what?
was like, I'm waiting for the cease and desist letter.
Fuck them, dude. The fuck are they gonna do? You've had it for longer.
Well,
you gotta
if
trademark
if
it.
I do Michael Francis or Mike Francis, I'll be like, what are you, a hairdresser? Or, you
Yeah.
know, are you going to cut my hair?
Actually, it's pretty good. You gotta understand
But
something.
there are DJ Michael Francis out there too. So
Are you
I'm
serious?
like, legit.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I gotta Google my name.
There is an I'll do it like
You better
this.
copyright that.
Where?
thing.
There is an I'll do it like
Yeah,
this.
right here. You're standing.
No, there is an
No,
I'll
there's
do-
another one.
Yeah, there's another
You're
one.
going to have to get that tattoo removed.
It's yeah. He names it. I think it's ILL. Do it like this.
No, there's an I'll do it
No,
like
there's
this.
not.
Let me Look it up.
He's going to look it up.
Look it
right
up
now.
because I'm fucking that guy up.
He's going on ChatGPT. Watch.
I don't
It's
give a
going to pull
fuck.
them all. It's going to pull them all. Out.
Yeah, somebody's done.
There's a DJ I'll do it like this.
No, there's not.
Okay.
No, there's not. I guarantee there's not.
All right.
And if they are, I'm suing.
Okay. All
I'm
right.
suing.
Anyways,
I'm suing.
so what? So growing up, Mixx, like in terms of like your musical influences.
Look that shit up. I want to know.
So
Okay.
musical influence. Wow. So like a lot of teenagers my age at the time, I remember, you know, you turn on the radio and you got the B96 Street Flavor on.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, Bad Boy Bill. Like, no shit. So like that was my first like, oh wow, this guy's really toned down. I'd love to be like it. Typical teenager fan moment, whatever. I was just like, man, I want
You got it scratched down, Pat. That's for sure.
no,
Yeah, you do.
dude.
Yeah, you do.
But
I think so.
I appreciate that.
I
though.
think
Thank
so.
you.
I think so. If you ever heard you fucking get down, bro, you get down. You get down. I was impressed when I first heard you.
Thank you.
You're an
But, like,
asshole, but you got down.
no, dude, you're so scratch. And I'm not doing this pat you on the back, but like, dude, legit.
Yeah.
But
all
no,
work
like
together.
I heard Bad Boy Bill and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then like my buddy, my Puerto Rican friends or whatever, they were like, hey, Julian Jumper Prez, he was hot. Like all his like old school mixes or whatever, we all had him back in the day of the cassette tapes.
Mhm.
Put them in your radio. Who's got the woofers and speaker boxes in the back? Bump
The
them on the way to
Alpines.
school, right?
Yeah.
So like those two names were like synonymous, like with the music I liked. And then like obviously like you know you go to the record stores back in the day, and the guys working whether it was this guy Phil or like you go to Hip House by the Bricktown Square where it used to be,
Yeah.
and then DJ Urban,
Yeah.
you know Josh M, you
Yeah.
know like, and then Gabby Get Down, you
Yeah.
know so like you take up
Damn,
their
Gabby,
influences
bro.
too because like they're either the record buyers at the time or they're the ones into the music and pushing these top six.
Yeah.
And because of them guys, you know, like I got a lot of musical influence too.
Yeah.
Because at the
Shout out
time,
to the Denics too.
yeah, Tom Dunick.
Yeah. Tom Denick. Yeah.
I remember when I came out with my first CD.
Mhm.
Jeez, it was amazing. It was basically like a present. So I was working for Too Cool Chris at the time, and he's like, "Hey, you know, you're pretty good. You know, you want to come out with a CD?" He hooked it up, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome." You know, like.
Yeah. Too cool, man. He's cool
Yeah.
cat. He's a cool cat. Once you get to know him, he's a real cool cat.
Yeah, like a lot of these guys, you know.
But he
like-
looks mean as fuck when you first see him, bro. You
Don't
don't even
we
want to
all?
walk him.
Don't we
No.
all?
Just you, bro.
Bro, I got
Just
RBF all day.
You-
I got
just
RBF when I'm thinking.
You're
you know,
just you. Just you.
that's what my mom says.
Yeah, just
You're just you.
Just you.
Get out, get a job.
It is always just you.
No, but yeah, I don't know. Like I got RBF when I'm thinking. But no, it's just you know, you meet all these people and you're like, man, you know, they're intimidating. Like you said, you gotta get to know them.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing opportunity at the time. So I was like, oh, cool, whatever. And then I worked at Harlem Jams when it was open on Harlem Avenue by TBK,
Mhm.
your favorite restaurant.
Yeah.
I had to. I had to throw digs,
Roadkill.
right?
Roadkill.
But yeah, I
that's
worked at.
that's DJ Pound with 2Ds. That's his favorite.
Yeah.
He calls that Mexican
I just
food.
saw him.
I call it garbage.
I just saw Pound
That's just
posted a
nasty.
I like that resting mixed face.
I just saw that Pound posted an IG reel of him at TBK.
I don't know
recently.
why. It's just white boy
Just-
telling
Well,
me.
one thing I'll never
by
forget
Taco.
though is when I was hanging out with that guy Eric Zick, we'd go to Time to Pound, and
Yeah.
that's when I had my first experience with Miracle and Kevin.
Sorry to hear that.
No, for a teenager, I mean, I was like, I didn't know what to expect. They're like, it's a record store or whatever, and I was like,
But you go in the back. They take you in the back.
No.
No, you think
No, but Shrewsbury
God.
High School was right there, and I was like, oh man, we gotta get out of here because like I wasn't from there at the time.
Yeah.
So
See, I told you the guys that lived in Harlem and Franklin Park and all that shit, that they'd go to Harlem and that was it. They
no,
wouldn't pass that.
I lived on Laramie and Wrightwood in Chicago.
Oh, really?
When I grew up, like
Oh,
Craig
shit.
and Federal Park.
Oh, wow.
It wasn't fun over there either, but like, whatever. Like I was over there, and a bunch of my buddies were like, hey, we could go to Gramophone, we could go do this. When you're a teenager, you don't have a car, you know, so take the train, which was a cool experience.
And
So.
you started tagging.
Yeah.
We all did. We all tagged. Everybody tagged.
I mean,
Except for you guys. Just you two.
okay.
We all tagged.
All
I
right.
lived on the north side, so I had no other choice. It was either tagging or gangbang.
Or breakdance.
Nah, I used to break dance so my knees fucked up.
Kid Trey, what's going on? Kevin,
Oh,
what's going
shit.
on?
Kid Trey in the building. What up? That's another motherfucker who's been dodging me.
That's
You
been a
don't
long
even
time
owe me
since
money.
I heard
You
that
don't
name.
even owe me money, bro. He's just dodging me, bro. I've been asking him to be on the podcast for a minute, bro. He just dodges me.
So just like everybody else, Mixx, like you grew up listening to the B96 DJs, and
I think everybody did.
I got brainwashed, yeah.
Yeah,
You know, the only
that's good.
person who said
I-
GCI was Nonstop.
Nonstop.
Nonstop was the only one.
Yeah, but that guy's blessed, dude.
Yeah, Nonstop is he's dope.
Not to get on like the fanboy thing, but like he's
I'm a fanboy. Fuck it, I'll tell you the truth. I'm a fanboy.
He
That
was-
motherfucker, bro, he's a beast.
This
man.
one here
He's a
was
monster.
legit nervous when we had him on the show.
He's my brother, bro. I've known him for
was
years, man.
legit
He's such a
nervous.
great guy.
Oops.
He's going.
He was
that's
legit nervous.
Sorry.
I know you're
Damn.
gonna send me the bill.
Sorry, I think I just blew my eardrum.
I know.
he,
I was like, thong.
he was legit nervous when we had him on the show. So shout out to
I'm
Nonstop.
nervous every time I'm around him. He's a hero to me. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. He's useless, dude. Let me tell you something, man. You see that guy felt like in my heyday.
Miracle, what's going on?
Holy shit, Miracle's here! Wow,
Hey, hey. He
Miracle's
used to
here.
make those the breakdance tapes, the old school hip hop, right?
No,
The
No.
freestyle.
Different guy.
yeah, different guy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Needs
different
to
guy.
make the freestyle. But yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said, everybody grew up listening to the B96. I think I mentioned this on the story. Like, I was the one who collected all those B96 Mixmaster Throwdown CDs, and they came out at the time. And I could never understood like why some DJs wasn't on the show or when some DJs didn't make it.
Which was your favorite one? 1, 2, or 3?
3, but they also made 4 and 5 too. So no, my favorite one was 3. I remember it was the one with the blue background and stuff like that. That was my favorite one.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
I'm listening.
You were listening to your phone.
No, I wasn't listening to my phone.
So yeah, that was my favorite one. But we should have one of the, like I said this on the show, have one of the B96 Mixmaster throw
I would love to
on the show.
That's a
So-
cool idea.
make it happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make it happen, Alex. You know everybody.
I don't know everybody.
Who's
I
Eddie?
do.
But one
Eddie.
thing though, like
He said
you know,
everybody.
like back in the day, like before like the nightclubs or whatever probably happened for us. I don't know like if you did this one back in the day, like when you were growing up. Instead of being like a DJ like at clubs or DJ at a party, did you used to do like turntable tricks and all that?
Yeah.
That's one thing I regret that I never stuck with, because like when I was a teenager, it was like saw Mixx Master Mike. I used to see those old school like breakdance tapes.
Yeah.
Or like the DJ battles, like
The
I was like,
DMCs.
oh my God. Like those things were amazing. Like I had this best friend of mine in high school. Shouts out to DJ Sprite.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chris Roberts is a really good childhood friend
Sprite.
of mine.
Wow.
Yeah. My
Big name.
mom and his mom were like amazing together. So like we used to hang out like anybody else, and if it wasn't for him, remember old school club, the Hype?
Yeah.
In Des Plaines?
Yeah.
That's also how I got to hear Fast Fingers Frankie go down.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh dude, I'm like, this guy's amazing.
Yeah.
So
Frankie was dope.
yeah, so
What happened to him? He's on
he's
mine.
he's still around. I think he does like tattoos or something.
No shit.
Dude's like phenomenal artist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a badass DJ, anyways, too.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just crazy. But yeah, did
The
the
champ is here.
but it was cool though, because like those old school records that my mom bought me, they were actually like battle samples and stuff. I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
So I used to play around whatever on the techniques, and you know what I thought was good, I'm just playing around.
Yeah.
I learned how to yellow page back and forth like on a little crappy mixer. I think it was the Jazzy Jeff Scratchmaster 2-channel with the little sampler.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is cool. This
Wish
was
you had the mixer still, huh?
oh my God, that thing was like phenomenal.
Yeah.
But the fader broke. I was like, when you're a teenager, you can't afford it. And I'm like, Ma, you got more lunch money for me?
I wish my mom helped out with my DJ career. I remember my mom only gave me like $400 or $500, and I got my first pair of setup.
That's badass. Though.
My first setup, it was like two.
You had the rack mount.
Yeah, I had the rack mount.
Shouts out to your mom, dude.
Yeah.
I'm glad parents like want to see their like kids or whatever.
And then at the time,
I think my mom regrets me doing.
I was 18, started DJing, and no 16, no 18.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, no, I was 18. I was 18 when I started DJing. And
What up, Nez?
And I remember that my mom thought that it was going to be a hobby, and
that's what my mom thought too.
And I was in that mindset that it was going to be a hobby, but then I was like, damn, you could make money off this.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I booked my first party. It was like a New Year's Eve party, and I did that, and I'm like, damn. And it wasn't until my first residency that I was like, I could make some money. I mean, I walked out making like $100 out the night.
What year did you start doing all that?
06.
06?
2006. So.
Damn, you're old.
Shut up. So, my first residency was Zero Gravity. So I remember.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh, Mike played there.
Yeah, as a guest spot. Before
I thought you were a resident there for a while.
No, Club Excite, Palindrome. I also played at Galaxy Club.
Damn.
Yeah, and
that's
so funny thing is like my day job or whatever is like not too far from there. And
That's Eddie. What's up?
And I drive past it. I reminisce, and it's a freaking parking lot. I'm like, right next to a gas station. Now it's like an old folks home parking lot, whatever. I'm like, damn, we used to fly our cars. We used to put like
what up?
Flyers to the cars. Like it was a cool
fucking
time.
posting flyers to cars. Wow.
I'm telling you. Yeah.
Well, now it's like against the law to like go pass out flyers like that. It's like littering or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you get fined for that.
Times changed,
Posters,
long time.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, you got the internet now, so it's like, who gives a fuck? Nobody fucking looks at your shit anyways.
No, for sure, exactly.
Nobody looks at this shit anyways.
Patrick Perez, what's up? I remember my first.
What up, Patrick?
My first residency was Zero Gravity, and that was the closing DJ. So
Wow.
I was. So after the headliner,
You got to see it all then.
Yeah, but people
Did they still have the hydraulic lift?
Yeah, but people were leaving by the time I hopped on, so because I would be on from like 2 to 4, or 3 to 4.
Yeah, back when everything was open till 4.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, that was an all ages club. How the fuck?
I know.
No, it was different. They had a cabaret, I think, at the time.
No,
it was before the cabaret.
It was after the cabaret.
Yeah,
I was there.
They had like a 21 and over cabaret. Shouts out to them. Like Mario and Pete did a good job over there.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how the fuck did they keep kids under 18 till 4 a.m?
They didn't. That's the thing. Like, you would have. It was pretty much like kind of like an honor system. Like, your ass had to be out.
That was stupid.
It was also a different time back then.
Yeah, definitely. That's when everybody's pockets were
back then.
Back then. That's when.
It was like
hey,
an honor
here's a
system,
couple $1,000. Shut up.
If you're 16, you gotta be out by. You gotta be out by midnight.
No, because when I worked at Medusa's, when I was at Medusa's, we started all ages.
Medusa's was strict.
At 7, yeah, we started at 7. By 11 o'clock or 10:30, we'd shut down the music. Everybody would leave. I'd go outside, smoke a cigarette, do so whatever. And anybody who had a bracelet, they'd go back in line. And by 11:30, bro, that fucking line wrapped all the way around the corner, bro. That shit was all the way around.
I
the
remember
corner. And we had a lot of problems because back in those days, well, it was at Congress at this time when we did that. Congress,
I went to Elgin.
Oh yeah, Elgin. Yeah, well, I guess they married
he had
the
the
same.
one in the city.
Yeah, no, I know.
I remember when
I started Belmont. I started at Belmont.
The fire ladder.
Oh my god.
Because the one in Elgin, you didn't know.
Remember putting your crate up, like bench pressing it up?
No, that was at Alcatraz.
Oh my god,
Alcatraz.
They had some crazy sound system there though.
Yeah,
that was my
Sherwin
first.
Vegas.
Yeah, that was my
Those are the
first.
Sherwin
Yeah,
Vegas
was it
ones.
the B-52 or something like that?
Speaking of Sherwin, you want some right now? I have a friend who's selling Sherwin Vegas.
I'm
No,
good. I'm good. I don't got no room.
Oliver's asking, do you remember the Jaguar Club?
Jaguar Club.
That was before my time.
Jaguar Club.
Not saying you're old, bro.
You don't remember Jaguar?
No.
Yeah. But no,
What was it by?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
Jaguar.
I'm wondering if Jaguar Club was Alcatraz.
I don't think so. Alcatraz was Alcatraz ever since I've owned it. Sounds familiar. Jaguar Club.
Red 05 was another favorite of mine.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I went there one.
Red Dogs was dope.
I went there. I went there one time, and I think DJV he's in the live stream. I think he brought me out to Red 05. I remember one time. It was on Halstead. I went there.
Yeah, that's when everybody used to walk out smelling like cigarettes. Yeah, I remember that, man. It was good times.
Schaumburg. You said this in Schaumburg, Jaguar Club.
Yeah. No, I know, dude. I don't remember that. I wasn't from Schaumburg. I mean, I rarely went out to Schaumburg. I mean, the only time I started going out to Schaumburg with JP, with John P. Rest in peace, man. He passed away, but yeah, he used to have the whole crew over there, man, and and then one of the bartenders. I started hanging out more in Schaumburg after I did the battle over at Dakota's, the B96 battle.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Yeah.
I was like, "What are you doing here?"
Yeah, it was, dude. I battled every fucking person. It was like a 3 month battle.
Yeah,
Yeah, it took 3 months,
you,
3 to 4 months.
You went up against my cousin. You whooped his ass.
Who?
I don't know if Vinny's around, but Vinny Fiorito.
Yeah, I remember Vinny. He's cool. Yeah, everybody was cool, man. I mean, that's how I met Dougie Styles and Doug and
It was
Styles.
fun. It was fun.
It was fun. Yeah, definitely, man. I won a trip to fucking Cancun.
Wow.
Was it a timeshare?
No, it was actually a hotel. It was all nice, man. Won a trip
All
to Cancun.
expenses paid.
Everything was done. Yeah. That's when Coconuts was still open. Remember
Damn.
Coconuts? Yeah, and then they gave me because Coconuts
shit.
had records too that they sold, and they gave me a gift card for I think it was like $1,000 worth of records, and then they also gave me a whole bunch of records, and I still got them. They're downstairs. There's that one case that I have with all the records downstairs. Yeah, those are it.
Still got the plastic on.
Still got them. Still got them. And there was actually some pretty cool shit. There was some house shit on there. There was some disco. I have a lot of dope stuff, and I kept them. Yeah, it was pretty cool. That's when I went. JP Guns, me, and 2 other guys, and actually one of the guys just called me and he goes, "Hey, bro, I got on VHS the day you won that battle." And I was like, "You got it, bro?" I was like, "Send it to me, bro." He was like, "It's on VHS, bro." I was like, "I will pay to have it transferred to a
Yeah,
fucking
you'll
DVD.
find a way to do it.
I will pay for it, bro." And he's never hit me back. I'm like,
Digitize
"You
it, yeah.
fucking dick."
So, Mixx, if you had to describe your style of music, what would it be?
All right, I'll let my ego come out.
Oh, Lord.
More like hard in your face. And just I don't know. I like to DJ with energy. Like,
Yeah, but you're open format though. That's cool.
well, that's the thing. Like when I play, I don't like to sound boring. I've always been the one to like to try to entertain.
Yeah.
I'm still trying to like, obviously I'm a student of the craft still, like for
We all are,
25 years or whatever this is. But
especially with this new garbage coming out.
whatever it is, but like I'm just a student of the craft, and it's just like I like to say like it's just energetic. Like sometimes it's like shock and awe, like oh my god, I haven't heard this in a while, or like oh you brought it in that way. I'm sure there's a million DJs better than me, like
Of course.
but
Of course, they're all.
No,
It's
legit,
everybody.
like-
It's everybody.
because
Me too.
I would be foolish to say like I'm the best of the best because I'm not. But like I'm the best to me because like I love music. I love what I play. It feels like it's my heartbeat,
Yeah.
so that's just more or less like how I am as a person.
Well, you wear your heart in your sleeve every time you mix, bro, because you come out slamming, dude.
Thank you. I appreciate
I
that.
swear to God.
I really
You
appreciate
got a dope ass scratch, bro.
My
Yeah, no, fuck you. You're dope. You're dope. You're dope.
Nah,
He's got a sick
because-
ass scratch.
Because
Trust me.
because after I met Mixx the first time over at Adobe, and I remember he would post his mixes. I remember like he would play like a lot of like of the like the hard Euro and all that shit that when I started off playing.
Yeah.
I was 18 and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
was it
You
like,
can and you
what-
can't.
was that
Shut
like,
up.
was that like 92.7 like the old school energy?
Yeah,
chant
like
stuff?
the Energy 92.7.
Yeah,
and all
but
that
he
stuff.
can and you can't.
Shut up.
That's the problem.
He's being racist.
I know, but
being facetious.
Chef Mixx, hey, serving it up on a platter to
But-
you.
But
I got Eddie. I got a drive-through, bro. So
What the hell does that mean? What?
Well, he's a Chef Mixx,
Chef Mixx, who the fuck? Oh, Chef Mixx. Chef Mixx, my bad.
serving it up to you.
I got you.
Fuck
because
yourself, player.
so I remember
Well,
like
you DJ for Energy though, right? You on Energy?
Wow, you want my resume?
Yeah, you were.
So I
You
don't know.
DJ'd on Energy.
No, I think I did a guest mix on Energy. I was on Dance Factory for a
That
long
same
That's
for a long
shit.
time. Same shit.
Same
whatever.
tomato,
That's
tomato.
right.
Shouts
Same
out to Louis
shit.
2 Live and the rest of the crew. But like, yeah, I was old school like Dance Factory or whatever. We used to play at Sound Bar and whatever else was at the time.
Yeah,
And like we just had this the last 2 I was part of
The Euro
The
Invasion.
Euro Invasion.
that was dope, dude.
Yeah, Chris has got some cool shit. Like I'll give it to him. Like a lot of people like the old school stuff is like where it's at. Like I hate to say it, but like the
That's
old
why
school
it's-
stuff, a lot of people, it's like the turnover. It's like your parents' oldies. Like when we were probably
just
like
like
teenagers.
that's why
It's that 30-year gap,
Yeah.
or whatever you want to call it.
just why those daytime events that Dave C and
I wish I could
Underground
attend those.
Elements, or like
Come with us one
or
time.
like or
Take you with-
or like
Because I know because I listened to Gino play like on the radio.
Yeah.
Whatever. I was like, dude, I'm
like the Romo Day.
this
time.
reminds me of like back in the day. I'm
Yeah.
like,
So that's why. So that's why the events like the Romo Daytime and the underground events. That's why those
Bro, I
pop
was-
off because
God, man,
a lot of
you're
people
so
were
smart,
there.
bro. I was just thinking of how that happened. I don't know how they were so packed.
that's
I
that's
never knew
amazing
that.
though. Like,
It's amazing.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
No,
That's
I
why-
never knew that, bro. He just
Oh,
you
shut
know
up.
shed light in me.
oh hush,
You know.
asshole.
Fucking ass.
Enlighten me,
As
bro.
a matter of fact, who the fuck? Actually, I was watching one of the videos. Somebody played Pong, boom, boom, and it was doing the whole thing. Who the fuck did it?
That was caffeine.
Yeah, dude, caffeine,
Mhm.
dude. Come on, bro.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
in a minute.
he still fucking rocks it, and you know.
Is that even a question?
I haven't seen.
No,
that.
legit. Like every time I see Brian, like
I haven't seen him in a minute.
I remember, like I was a fanboy, like when I was playing on the radio with him, and he'd go on. Everybody's like, "Oh my god, you're gonna play hard house, you're gonna play hardstyle, you're gonna play whatever." Dude, always be
Caffeine's mixtapes were the shit too,
There
bro.
were.
That shit
the
fucking.
polar
dude,
bears on the CDs.
Yeah, I'm kind of pissed off you blew. Hey, you owe me speakers, Caffeine. You owe me a set
I
of,
remember-
I blew two of my fucking
But this-
JL Audio 12s in my fucking Volkswagen at the time.
This last one though, like it was 2 weeks ago at Joe's. Caffeine goes on, and he starts playing like dirty hard house from like back in the day. I'm like, oh my god! I'm like, you pulled this track out. It wasn't just like like DJ Yori and stuff like that,
Yeah.
but like it was like a Fast Eddie remix of like I want to hit a doggy style or whatever, and it was just like some crazy beat behind it. I don't know if he did a remix, but like
He has shit
it was.
that
I was
nobody
like,
else has
it
because
turned my
he-
head. I was like, no way.
Caffeine was always in the studio, dude. That brother, he had some shit he'd pull out, man, that I was like, where'd you get that from?
Mm-hmm.
I can't tell you, bro.
Because
I
I
can't
remember
tell
when
you.
we used to play at Soundbar, like this was like, I think it was like early 2010s. We were playing at Soundbar, and I couldn't wait for his set. Because, we're younger, whatever, we're all drinking it up, whatever, in the VIP. And like, he goes on, I'm like, dude, this is amazing. So I was always taking notes. I'm like, this was before like Afrojack was a thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my God. I'm
Dude.
like, you're
And
banging it.
Yeah, Caffeine sets were dope, dude. You're still fucking, dude. I wish I would have went.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I saw the crowd, man. You had a couple thousand, at least 1,000 people there.
It was a real good time. Like, I'm just still happy to still be a part of like the culture, It's not so much about, feed my ego. It's just I love what I do. And,
Yeah, we
and like
could
I listen to music more than I do my day job, if you want to call it that, or like,
Well, now you do, especially with your arm.
I'm
You're on
working
vacation.
Nah,
You're on vacation right now.
bro.
Can't even type.
Jeez.
You can't.
He just put the dagger in the heart a little
Right.
deeper.
Right.
It's all right. You don't have to work.
You're
You
gonna
can still
make these.
DJ.
You're gonna make these poor guys over here on the chat feel sorry for me.
Fuck
I
'em.
don't need any
Right.
of that.
Right. Right.
Yeah, I
right.
feel sorry for him. Should have seen him.
Because I'm sitting next to you.
Yeah, right? Got him. Wow.
But
Hey.
but
Hey.
Mixx is one of those DJs who's still able to throw down like a Euro
Thank you.
energy hardstyle type thing.
This motherfucker,
Next to caffeine.
I've
and
heard this guy
Berserk
play some fucking
and
old school house music. Like, whoa, where'd that come
Marsky
from?
and
Type
all
shit.
those stuff.
Yeah, big shouts out to DJ Marsky. Like, he was another influence to me, like when I was younger, like when he brought the Euro over to like Chicago. And like I used to follow like a good friend of mine, Tony Romero,
Mhm.
the one that had the stroke,
Yeah.
Turner Tony.
Yeah.
He was my childhood like best friend, and like he would DJ the DJ Marsky style, and like I would be more of like the houseier style. So like we would always bounce ideas off of one another.
Mhm.
So when I worked at Harlem Jams back in the day, he was one of the sales guys there too. So
Nice.
like that's how I came out with my first one of my first hot mix tapes. I think it was called The Last Ride or something like that.
Was that a tape or a CD?
No, it was a tape.
Mhm.
Because I made the tape and I didn't have money at the time, so like you sell your master, like
Yeah.
typical.
Yeah.
So like sold the master to somebody and he just redid it. Hey, what's up, Mikey? Long time no see.
What's
bro.
up, boss?
Speaking of boss was talking about you when he was on the podcast.
Mikey's a good friend of mine. Like
Yeah.
I when I was a teenager, we used to hang out. Back when Harlem Avenue was a thing, we used to go up to Harlem Avenue
Yeah,
and
he's
hang
married
out
with
White
kids
guys.
now. Watch what you say. Watch what you say.
There's no bad juju, but like
No. I know bad juju. I'm gonna just watch what you say.
Nah,
Shut up.
Okay.
no.
Kids are in
He's
there.
got an amazing wife,
He's awesome. I love
blessed.
him.
So
Boss is blessed, man. Definitely for sure.
no, but we were teenagers and like Mike, this guy Joe, my cousins, whatever, like we would always have a really good time and we'd always go out and like, oh, the music's great, whatever. This was back in the Booty House days.
You were part of Nardy's crew too, right?
No.
No?
No.
You guys hung out for a while though.
No, Joe Nardi's awesome. Like you know, he's still around. You know, I still go see him or whatever. But a good friend of mine or whatever in high school, I don't mean to name drop, my buddy Sandro at the time, his brother was DJ Insane.
Mm.
And I was like, no way. First class DJ Insane.
Yeah.
The one that produced or whatever. And I was like, oh, I'm like, cool. So I got to meet him, and, you know, he was like a mentor to me too, amongst my Puerto Rican friend that lived a block away, where his brother was like, he was like the scratch old school whatever guy.
Right.
And he'd go in my basement. He's like, you want me to show you? I'm like, I'm embarrassed to even ask you. So dude was showing me how to do like the old school chirps or whatever. And I'm like, I still can't do what he was doing, but it was just an amazing experience. So
so I think you're full of shit on the battle style, because I'm gonna be honest with you. I think you're battle ready. I always thought you were battle ready.
No.
I always thought you knew how to yellow page and shit.
No, so I mean that's a different story, because like some of these guys will eat me for lunch, dude. Like legit.
Same thing with me.
They'll eat me for lunch, like the whatever I call it, new style of scratching or whatever. But like, there's no way I'm doing a crap scratch. Like I'm not that coordinated, and like I still got the same old pattern. You made fun of me all the time. Like, bro, you're like dot 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 dot.
No, man, I never.
No, you used to tease me when we were at Adobe. You're like,
yeah,
oh,
because I was jealous.
No, get out of here.
I was jealous.
It was just too predictable.
I was jealous. No, it wasn't.
Oh, please.
No, but like I never could snap out of that I call it stupid pattern, but I mean whatever. I mean
not a lot of guys can do that.
Yeah, but
Try to go into the back of the day.
I wanted to develop my left, and I couldn't do that. So like
same thing with me, bro. It's coordination. It's all muscle memory. It's all it is, man. It's hard. It's not. But
I'll tell you this though, like legit, like not to get on the sour subject, but like I had my rotator cuff surgery in March, and any of your DJs that are going with anything, you know, health related, you got to be strategic on when you take your time off, because like I'm still kicking myself in the ass, because like I've been down for 3 months. Like what was it, March 18th? I went for a rotator cuff surgery. I had nickel-sized tear in my shoulder tendon. They cut your bicep tendon. So like anything that you would do with your right, your body doesn't realize you have an arm that works. So like a buddy of mine, we were at the Marquee show, and he's like, hey, you want to scratch with me? I couldn't get coordinated to save my life. My arm wouldn't move the way that it would, because like there's certain stuff inside that allows you to do things.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just gotta be cognizant or whatever. Like I felt bad telling a lot of people no, like, hey, I can't work or whatever. They're like, got somebody else? Yeah, but they're not me. And then they're like, I don't want to hire them. I'm like, we're the same. We play the same shit. You know, they're on time. They got shit that works. Hire them. They're good. But you know.
Yeah, I got you.
But
shouts out to 3J too, man. I heard you met him over the weekend.
He's in the live stream right now.
I'm tripping on that. I saw that picture, and you were like, you never met 3J.
It was a total fanboy moment at the time. I was like, this is Jesse.
He's in the live stream. What's going on?
Yeah, don't call him Jesse. Nobody knows him by Jesse.
No, but
3J.
But I'm personal like that. But you know, like 3J, whatever. Like he was on the panel. Like you know, he was talking about his background, and dude, like it hit home. Like you know, like what he was talking about, like super amazing at what he did. And like, you know, how he got into the scene, and, you know, how he's like pushing things forward. It's awesome. Patrick Wayne, like, shouts out to him. Like, I know him from back in the day, and I'm sorry if you get offended. When you were Opie Cunningham.
No, he doesn't. I still call him.
No, but bro was fire. Like, I was like, holy shit.
Okay, like, so you heard the scratching at the end of our that was 3J.
Yeah.
Or that was Patrick Wayne.
No, and the same thing on that track, Chicago Fire.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize I had Patrick's and Jesse's tracks. Like I had like 15 of them. Yeah. I was like, oh my God. I'm like, I just popped in the name. I was like, dude.
No.
But you know, I don't know. Like I had a total fanboy moment. Like, I'm like, bro, can we take a photo?
Yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like, what do you mean you don't know? Not to sound all
giddy and girly, but like whatever. So.
Yeah, Opie Cunningham, bro. He's a beast, bro. He's still a monster. He's still humble. Actually, he was at the show on Monday. He was around Tuesday. He was at the battle.
Oh, he was?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I did run into him.
Yeah, I ran into him.
He's with Dennis and the other brother.
I ran into him.
I forgot his name, but yeah, all three of those guys stood together. They were
saw Dennis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yep. So, how did you manage to make your way into the Chicago DJ scene? Because I know it's a little bit hard back in the day.
So it wasn't. Yeah. Come on, Al.
No, it wasn't.
Well, I mean, you had CVO. Chicago's very.
I had CVO afterwards, though, man.
No, he wasn't. But the thing is, though, I did a little research, but Mixx wasn't like part of like any crews back
No,
then.
see, that's the thing. It was me and two other guys. And the funny part, whatever, I'm still stupid like that, but like we were like threesome entertainment. First business
Threesome?
card, legit. Like, no, not like that, but like it was spelled three and then some, and then there were three people standing on like the U and the M or something like that. It was some crazy shit. Cause my buddy at the time,
Stop it, Al.
What?
Stop it, Al.
Getting excited over here.
Right, shut up.
I feel like I'm on OnlyFans doing a subscription service.
That's it.
I'm gonna start taking royalties for this.
That's just him. That's just him.
No, but at the time, like, you know, this was just us, me and my friends were in the basement. And then, you know, back to my mom as the first off or whatever, like to get me involved in the scene. I wasn't old enough to go to a VFW hall or like back in the day it was Shores Village. I believe it's on Harlem and Belmont, like more towards the east side on Belmont. They used to have like this little banquet hall there.
Yeah, with the green awning.
And I think they still have it.
Yeah, it's still there.
But now they got like a fence in the front of the door,
Now
so you
it's super
can't
hood.
carry nothing in there.
Yeah, super.
So my mom, she used to help us throw parties, like if it was somebody's birthday, but we would invite like the football team and whoever else from school, and like it was like a free event that we, you know, because like we used to throw keggers in my basement. The dean loved us.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the time it was just like my mom, she invested in these parties and like we would throw these, and first party I had, Too Cool Chris performed.
Wow.
I was
Damn.
like, and this was the roof's on fire and shit like that. I was
Yeah.
like,
Damn.
holy fanboy moment. Like
Yeah.
I was like, because my friend was like, hey, you know, can you give him a birthday present? Dude comes out, performs. I was like, you sold me.
Yeah, no shit.
So
And this was before. He just came out with that.
no,
that shit.
this was before like I knew anything.
Yeah.
I was just like, wow, okay. And then like more people got used to it. And then like what was it? My buddy Smooth V at the time, this guy Vince, great guy, still friends with him till today. But you know, he was there and a few others. Like this was like you had your little crate of 10 records, you play your little thing or whatever, and it was just fun. Like I was part of no crew, like not like because I was too good or whatever. It was just I didn't know nobody.
Exactly. He
So
did.
I think I met. So take it back a little bit, like Eric Zick, the old school DJ Spin.
Yeah.
He, I met him at I think it was at St. Greg's or like one of those like high school breakdance parties,
Mhm.
and he was playing before me, and we just built a friendship from there. I was like, this dude's not gonna talk to me. Like I'm nobody. So then I think I met you through him and a few others through him, and I was like, oh, this is cool. I met like the Lane Tech people, the Gordon Tech people.
Yep, all the
then-
Northsiders.
So pretty much. Why are you cracking your?
He's getting nervous. already.
Right. So pretty much Mixx had to
Love you, bro.
Love it too, bro.
Mixx had to make his name. Pretty much he had to like go around and
We all did.
Well, a lot of it.
But here's the thing that he just mentioned that he wasn't part of no cruise. So
I wasn't a part of the crew when I first started.
Oh, you didn't have CVO?
No, CVO didn't come till fucking almost. I was almost at least 10 years into it.
Yeah, but one thing I learned though, like as a teenager, like back in like the mid '90s or whatever, you needed to be good. It granted, you know, it's about who you know, whatever, how you get there, whatever. Like you're the vehicle.
Yeah, you're absolutely
They
correct.
bring you there.
needed to be good.
But like back in the day, you had to turn someone's head. You basically go out, you perform. If you sucked, the promoter or the clique or the crew at the time or whatever would not have you back.
Right.
And you needed to be like on it.
Yeah.
So like I'm grateful for that. Like it just, you know, it's like, you know, when someone gives you a tip, says here's, you know, $15, whatever, not just to turn the shit
$15.
off.
What the fuck?
No, but you know they tip you because
yeah,
you
I
did
got
good, not
I
just
got
to like, hey, get off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like a tip, you know, back then. It was like, hey, you know, we want to keep you going, whether you got paid or you didn't or whatever. Because I remember back in the day, it was like you really didn't get paid much. It was just more exposure, and it was just fun at the time. So I'm just glad I'm just moving, just still moving with it. Like,
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
3J said that Al was the crew.
Yeah, right.
Who
Yeah,
was?
yeah.
hey, what's up, Ray?
AI. He
Leo,
said AI.
what's going on?
Rio, what up, bro? To be honest with you, I got to shout out to Mr. McTide. Mr. McTide was my start. And because when I was at St. Benedict's, I worked a lot with the high school. I started when I was in 7th grade with Magic, with DJ Magic. You know Magic, man. We were two kids, man, just spinning. And Mr. McTide was a part. He was the one who did all the socials and shit for the high school. So he was like, "Hey, man," because I was going to the high school, so he helped me out. And he was like, "Hey, I heard you're a DJ. You want to be our school DJ?"
That's
So,
awesome.
sure, no problem.
That's awesome.
So I thought I was doing it by myself, but no, he hooked me up with Rippin' Out Rodriguez, and Rippin' Out Rodriguez was doing us back in the day when Rippin' Out had all the high schools.
Yeah.
He was doing them with the fucking earthquakes and shit, dude,
Mhm.
and he would come in with the case, and then we had Bad Boy Bill. He would bring Bad Boy Bill every fucking time, and yeah, he gave me my first shot, and when I was in 8th grade, and I went to one of the dances, and he put me on, and he was pretty good, man. I was like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then, yeah, it happened from there. And all 4 years I was there and just blew the fuck up. And then Rippin' Al introduced me to so many other people. And, it just blew up from there.
Well, I remember,
I was shitting bricks, though. Don't get me wrong. I was shitting bricks.
That's because a good mentor to have, dude.
At that point, I didn't even know who he was. And I knew who Bill was, but I didn't.
Right.
I was a kid.
Right.
I was a fucking kid at the time. I was
You
like,
knew-
okay,
you
whatever.
knew of Bill, but you didn't like.
Bill, that's when the transition between WCRX and WCRX and B96 was going.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like the DJs were kind of transferring over. In the whole 9 yards, B96 in the beginning didn't have DJs.
No.
B96 didn't have any street flavors or anything like that.
I heard they started that in the late 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was earlier 90s.
And not to
It was
name
like-
drop though, like when I was a teenager, I didn't know nothing. So my buddy's brother, he's like, hey, I got a friend that's whatever running a teen club. I'm like, okay. Not to name drop again, but back to Tuco Chris. Like I worked for him when I was a teenager, and
Yeah,
I was super grateful for it. I used
I
to carry
remember
the
he
guy's crate. Like, you hear all these stories about whatever DJs this and that, but like back then, I think that was just the hall pass to get in.
Yeah.
So like he's like, hey, I got this this guy that runs this teen club in Orland Park. It's called the Cool Zone. Didn't know.
Yeah.
So I go in there. My mom brings me in there, and like I met some cool people out of it. This guy DJ Kevin Phoenix.
Yeah.
He's still around. Like good friend of mine. And like Josh the Funky One was there.
Wow.
And I had no idea who that guy was. And oh my God, dude. I remember when I was a teenager, it blew my mind. And then like I saw him years after that because friends of mine used to throw like 13 Colonies parties and stuff like that. And they'd bring, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
This was like when it was the thing. And like
Back in the house mob
and
days.
Josh the Funky One killed it. And I'm like, holy son of a gun. Like this guy is amazing.
Yeah.
He sounded just like Bill.
Yeah.
And then like I met like Kevin Halstead, like shouts out to Kevin, rest in peace. Like he taught me my first how to edit.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, this is cool. And
Wait a
then
minute. Halstead passed away?
come on.
When? No, I'm dead ass.
Kevin Halstead
Yeah.
from UC, dude.
Yeah.
Long time ago.
I never knew that.
Bro.
Dead ass. I never knew
Yeah,
that.
like Andy Adams, DJ Attack and all them.
Yeah. No, I didn't.
Come
I
on,
swear to
serious?
God, I didn't know that.
No, but legit, total sweetheart of a guy. Like,
Yeah, he's awesome, bro. I met him a couple times. I didn't know he passed, man. Holy shit,
bro,
really?
it's been a long time, man.
Really? Maybe I was down at the time. I don't know.
No, he showed me how to like edit the first time or whatever, and I was like, oh, this is cool, whatever.
Kevin was a beast, man. That guy was
Sorry,
so
I keep
awesome.
hitting your mic.
That's all right.
I got nothing better to do. I'm just slapping shit,
I like my ears ringing.
right?
Anytime Mike's around, your ears ringing. You're fine. You're good. He doesn't know a red line.
Shut up.
He doesn't know red line.
So in Mixx's case, he had to pretty much had a what you always say is not always what you know is who you know. So he's pretty much had.
And J Funk, I gotta throw out J Funk helped me out a lot. J Funk, man, we've been friends since I was 15.
Yeah,
That's
I remember
amazing.
that
Yeah,
story.
he DJed my fucking 15th birthday party.
Oh my!
Oh
Yeah.
really?
Yeah. Yeah, he DJed at my crib, man. He DJed at my house party, and I threw out flyers, man. I'll never forget that. And then Jay, we were friends, and I asked him. I said, "You want to stop by, man? You coming to the crib, man? No problem." Yeah, he DJed. I remember it was my mom's fucking dining room table with 2 12s on the fucking thing, and I had a PPD mixer there. And
Is that the Radio Shack one
No, the PPD. No.
with the line that just keeps bouncing?
With the needle.
Yeah, but those are the shit, man. Those are the shit. Those mixers are indestructible.
And for those of you who don't know who
Fucking-
Radio Shack is, that
my
was
God,
a
I
DJ's
missed
heaven
that.
back in the day.
I missed that so bad. The Radio Shack headphones were the shit too.
Yeah?
Yeah, those speakers, the speakers that they
And
had.
they weren't expensive either.
No, they weren't. No, they weren't. And when you broke shit, they'd fix it right away.
But back in the day, though, it was a lot about like how good you were.
Yeah,
Like,
it was all on the
because I don't know, just from my take on it, we were a dime a dozen. Like it was
Back in the day?
it wasn't oversaturated back then.
I
Or
said-
maybe
I
I
said
didn't.
this.
Or maybe I didn't realize that.
I said this
No.
every single
Because
time.
like I was having a
There's
conversation with my friends.
There's too many DJs in Chicago. Chicago's saturated with so many DJs. I said this.
For some reason, like back in the day, it didn't seem like it was like oversaturated. At least maybe I was just naive and didn't know.
Oh, there was a lot of DJs. There was a lot of DJs. Not like today, but yeah, back in those days, there was a shit ton of DJs. Lane Tech fucking pulled out a shit ton of DJs.
There was a lot of good DJs. Like
Gordon Tech, St. Ben's. There was Me,
when,
Magic, and it was like 2 other people that came out of fucking St. Ben's.
Remember when Hip House was? The Hip was a thing.
Yeah.
On Irving Plaza.
Oh my god, what happened
So, this guy, I know he's BS.
Mega Mall.
Right? No.
Wow.
No, bro.
You want to talk about some shit? How about the Brickyard? When the Brickyard was a mall.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember that?
Indoor.
We used to go there and fucking meet girls.
But that's legit. Like how I met like a lot of these guys oh my god, I'm breaking all your shit.
It's okay. It's fine. It's good. It's either you or Alex.
No, it's just me talking with my hands.
It's okay.
Can't go anywhere.
Hey.
No,
Can't get
so
the
like,
guy anywhere.
so as a teenager, like that's how I met all like my DJ friends. Like they were working at Foot Locker, like Famous Footwear, wherever, and I was like, "You're so and so." I don't want to name drop or like offend anybody. It's not like a bad experience, but like you meet some like super cool people that are like in dance crews, and I know you know one of them because we had like a sidebar a long time ago. It was a good conversation, but it's just crazy.
Yeah,
It is.
But yeah, no, DJs back in the days, yeah, you're right. We had to prove ourselves. A lot of the guys came out of a lot of the crews, so it was kind of like, and I'm not talking shit about any of them because they're all good, but some of these guys just came out because they almost had to, because you join the crew, you're gonna shine. You know what I'm saying? So I guess a lot of these guys were thrown into the wolves and just said fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Especially back in the days, because if you think about it, back in the days, you're saying that it wasn't saturated, but yet we used to have fucking 20, 25 DJs on one flyer.
Right.
And that was just from one. That was almost like from like 1 to 2 crews. Mm-hmm. So that was 25 DJs. That's a lot of DJs in one night. And I mean, versus what they are now.
It's interesting you say that because I remember Stephanie, if she's still in the live stream, she had a bunch of old school flyers from back in the day. So it's interesting how I see like there's so many DJs on one flyer.
And I was gonna bring that box with me. I have like all my old flyers. I was gonna bring them just to reminisce with you.
Yeah,
I think I have one with like you on it.
Yeah.
Legit.
Yeah.
I just find it interesting. It could be like, cause didn't you say back in the day when they would have like these parties, you would have to like there would be like 10, 15-minute sets.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's how we learn how to quick mix. That ass.
So you bring.
That ass. That's why he said you bring 10 records and that's all you had. 10 records.
You bring like
sometimes you wouldn't even get to all 10. You get to 5 and that was it.
You bring half a crate of your records, and then that's the records that you're playing.
Yep.
And you don't even know if it could be like the same track that they're playing too.
Oh,
but
the majority of the time it was like everybody had the same shit.
Yeah.
Like no bullshit.
Back in see the north side was different because we had freestyle. It was freestyle, hip hop, and house music. Those were the 3 main genres that we play.
That's why I used to go to your parties.
Yeah. And some would throw in some Depeche Mode every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? But it wasn't really huge on our
that was
side.
before I used to go out.
And and then the one who actually broke it was shout out to DJ Who Dat. Who Dat was he was like he was the white label hip hop DJ of the white label. When I say white label, he was breaking shit back in the day.
Yeah, but he had the old school like breakdance tapes too, right?
Yeah.
The covers were all tagged, carries?
No. I don't think. No. I don't know who you're talking about.
Like,
I
confused with somebody else.
Yeah, you're talking about somebody else. I'm positive.
You sure?
I'm positive.
Okay.
I'm positive because I was a part of the final. Actually, I was a part of the Final Four before CVO came about, and that was me, Who Dat, Pump Boy Lee, and Tommy Two Tough. And dude, that was an amazing crew, man.
Yeah, I used to work at Sounds of Music in Melrose with Tommy Two Tough. That's how I met him. Sweet guy.
I love Tommy. Tommy's in Wisconsin.
He's the one who introduced me to a lot.
Tommy is a fucking monster. When it comes down to fucking music, Tommy's a monster, man, and he's just all a amazing person to just talk chit with.
Yeah,
and that motherfucker.
He's a wealth of information.
Between him and Pump Boy Lee were the only 2 motherfuckers that had that Bad Boy Bill that triple fucking Bad Boy Bill. Oh my god, I'll never forget that shit. Man, shout out to fucking shout out to Pump Boy and all the other guys. Who That's still rocking it. Pump Boy's still rocking it. Pump Boy's lost a lot of weight too. I mean, we just saw him too recently.
Oh yeah, at the fundraiser a couple of years ago.
No, and after the fundraiser.
Oh, it was one of the parties.
Yeah, actually, General Rock and Romo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
at Romo Daytime. That's
Thank
right.
God that he got picked. Thank God. Oh, the guy's a fucking shitbag.
Oh my
Another
God.
fucking tool.
All right. All right.
Oh,
All
All
right.
right, take it easy, sir.
All right. Right.
Fucking can't stand
Keep it
that
clean.
fat fuck.
No hitting below the belt.
Fuck that guy.
Julian J. Key, he said that he was with Pump Boy yesterday.
Yeah, I saw that, man. That's awesome. What's up, Julian? What's going on, bro? How are you, man? Glad to see you back out, man. I know he took a little bit of a hiatus.
Oliver had a question for Mixx. He said, "But what is one of the single greatest DJ moment you have?"
Yeah, I know. I heard 3J, man. We shot him on the beginning of the show.
There's a couple though, legit. Like when I was a teenager, like I didn't know anything better. So when I was DJing at the old school like Palindrome Club Excite days, this was like in the 90s. So this is when like the B bashes were like hot and fresh at the time. Not saying anything.
They still
about-
are.
No, they're not.
No, well, what I'm saying
Wow.
is like I'm just referring to back then, like now or whatever. Like it's no disrespect to anybody, but back in the day, like I got to DJ on the stage because I was part of the Too Cool Chris experience or whatever.
That's dope.
And then like another cool memory or whatever was I got to DJ at the Odeum. when
Oh
they-
shit! In Villa Park. Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
they used to throw a
So-
lot of shit there.
So I think at the time there was an intern. His name was Rich, and I met him. He was upstairs in like the fun room or whatever you want to call it, like where all the kids would dance and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I went upstairs and I got to meet him. Super nice guy, but yeah, those were like the ones that stand out.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Other than dropping a crate of records down the stairs, but like, whatever.
Oh, don't talk about that. Don't talk about that.
The 80 records in one crate.
No.
The sharp corners.
No.
Before the duct tape.
No. I'm not gonna mention names, but somebody fucking. Oh yeah, the case is locked, and then they turn around and fucking. You see my 1200 just going down, tumbling down the stairs
Wow.
because somebody left it open and the fucking separate, or they didn't
Damn.
lock it properly.
Damn.
I'm not gonna name names. We're all right.
DJ Rampage, what's going on, sir?
That was destroyed.
Hey, thank you for sharing my information about the Mixx's Rampage. You're the bomb.
Rampage will be on the show coming up.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes,
Dope
sir.
Guy. Dope guy.
Okay.
Yeah, really. Don't worry, I got guests, bro.
Oh, okay.
I do my diligence.
Oh, okay.
He's doing
Look
the
at why
booking
you
now.
He
why
just
you
didn't
blushing?
tell- he just
Why you
didn't tell me,
blushing?
that's all.
Why you blushing?
He just didn't tell me.
I told you. You made the flyer for him. What do you mean?
I did? When was this?
When he was gonna cancel me tonight.
This is
It's when he was
Mr.
in his third dream. He's like, Mixx is coming.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
So Mixx, question for you.
Yeah.
So what is in the future for Mixx? 'Cause I know you're still recuperating from
Yeah.
the show.
So basically, like when COVID hit real hard, I had to turn my hobby into an LLC. So like I have a DJ company. I do
remember
weddings
that.
and stuff like that. So I think this is my third or fourth year as an LLC. So like I'm just trying to just keep promoting, the wedding experiences that I do. Get other DJs to work under me, not so much to be like, here, I'm gonna grab all the events and charge this guy $1,000 and pay this guy $200. It's more or less just because I hear horror stories from people all the time. But
Why are you looking at me?
I'm not looking at you.
I was looking down
Both of you.
actually.
Okay,
No.
cool. Are
I'm
you
giving
looking
you
down
the-
at me?
the
Okay,
side
cool.
eye?
Are you
I'm giving
looking-
you the side
Yeah,
eye?
you looking down at me? Okay, cool.
The side
I got
eye?
it. Got it. Tie dye?
The side eye?
The tie dye?
Like side eye.
The tie dye.
No, just to try to just keep pushing this forward. Like, I make a joke of it all the time. Like,
Now,
some DJs have a shelf life or whatever, and I'm like, 50 years old, maybe I'll hang it up and do something else. Be a motivational speaker for Walmart or something. I don't know.
You're full of shit. Welcome to Walmart. Grab your shit and get the fuck out.
now. So I guess I could ask this question though, because you did start this LLC. So what's gonna make you stand out from all the other DJs, especially in the wedding business? Because if you go on, like for instance, The Wire or Wedding.com, you can see a whole bunch of DJ vendors
Mhm.
for looking for weddings and stuff
Well,
like that. Especially on local
Yeah.
wedding Facebook.
Yeah,
wedding
so like I
pages.
try to stay off of like the Wedding Wire and pay to play stuff like that. There's like Zola and whatever else where you get like the $400 special and no one wants to pay you, and the day of they want to pay you $150 or whatever it is.
Exactly.
It's just a joke. But what makes me stand
Nah,
out?
it's true
Like,
sometimes.
I don't know about the whole standout part. It's like a lot of my business that I get is a lot of like referrals, like friends of friends, family of friends, or just other people that have heard me somewhere and they're like, hey, we wanna get this guy. We like his personality, or we know he's gonna entertain us. I'm not the guy that's gonna do like cartwheels and backflips or whatever, or like jumping jacks at an
You
event.
can't. You hurt yourself
Well,
before that.
I'll stunt double.
Okay.
So I think the biggest thing is like if someone knows of me or knows what I'm capable of or have heard me through a friend of a friend or whatever, you're gonna get an experience that I'm gonna take care of you 100%. You know, I've been to so many parties. I'm not saying like my parties are the best, but I've been to some parties and I'm just like, man, this guy's terrible, or like this is not moving the way it should, or like it doesn't seem organized or whatever. I don't promote. I just go DJ at a wedding or whatever. Like I'll handle the sales all the way to the closure. And no one taught me that but myself. And like what I wish someone would have taught me is how to do an LLC the correct way, how to do this, how to do that, like as a business. The other thing too is like
Everybody's different though.
I'm an introvert by heart.
Mm-hmm.
Like I hate getting up in front of people, but like since I've been doing like my weddings and stuff like that, I'm like, I need to get on the mic. I need to host. I need to be in their face. I need to make sure that they're having fun. I need to know what the pulse check is. So like I had to teach myself that. I've reached out to so many guys and be like, hey dude, you know, can you give me some pointers on how to get on the mic and this and that? I don't dance. I don't do the whole lead and follow stuff or whatever. I mean, I wish I could, but that's a talent in itself.
Mm-hmm.
But like as far as like being an MC, it's like I'm not the greatest, but like I think I could hold my own when it comes to an event. And it's like I wish someone would have taught me, hey, this is what it is. Because like, you know, I hear some guys, whatever they go up on, like they take classes for like, you know, MCing and stuff like this,
Public
or like
speaking and
or like
stuff
how
like
to
that.
be an entertainer, or like, you know, master of ceremonies. I'm just going off of like what I feel.
Right.
So like,
That's how it should be.
and-
Because you're
and-
mixed. You're not everybody else.
I just think like as far as like what I'm capable of doing, and like when people like know of me, I could basically, you know, carry what I'm selling and stuff like that. So like I think that's what would set me apart, and I'll make sure that, you know, whoever decides to work with me or whatever, that, you know, you're gonna get, hey, I'm gonna be there, or I'm gonna be there at this time, or I'm gonna show up, like credibility. Like
Yeah.
your credit is your name.
Right, of course.
So the long answer.
No, you're good. You're good.
No, with that
It
being
looks
said,
like I'm directing traffic though.
yeah, right. There you go. Hey,
Hey, get this guy over there. What
Hey, you go that way. You go that way. Hey.
What's your question?
No, but you do it damn good, bro.
Thank you.
I mean, for self-taught, man. I mean, you know, there's, you know, everybody can go to school. I mean, you know, K-City. Look at K-City, bro. He went to scratch school. He did the whole thing. He got fucking, you know, Toadstyle taught him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, taught him a lot of shit, you know. Boy, Jay. I mean, all at the
Dude,
time. I mean,
so-
these guys are beasts. But you know what? He came and K-City
when
just...
Ruben was on 103.5,
Yeah. Why you use everybody's government name? I hate that. You always did that, though, bro.
I don't know, but that's
When you
just
said
me.
Ruben, I was like,
Yeah,
okay,
think about
okay.
it.
Okay,
I had to think about it, right?
So
Boy
Boy
Genius.
Genius.
Let's
like,
say you
when
call
I first
Jesse.
heard him-
Jesse, it's the 3J. When you said Jesse's like
Sorry,
Jesse's
that's,
girl, what
that's
the
just
fuck?
me. But like when
No,
I
I
heard
got you.
when I heard Boy Genius, like when I was like younger, I was like, holy good God, this guy is freaking amazing.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is great. Like, and I still see him today, like doing his live streams and his other stuff. I'm like,
The coffee breaks.
man,
Yeah.
he's doing amazing.
Yeah, he's doing great. He's
Well,
doing
like
great.
when I met Trentino though, that was a different animal.
Yeah.
I was like, no way.
Like, because he's white.
Shut
No.
up.
Oh, okay, I got it.
No, it's because he's short. Dude.
Oh, wow.
You're
That's
so ignorant.
So what about Urge?
Ryan's dope as hell, bro. Like
He's short, too.
we used to play together when Heat was open,
Yeah.
the old bamboo room in Schaumburg. That's how I
Damn.
met him.
Damn.
Super nice guy, dude. Like
Yeah, I love him. These are my
still
brothers.
see him today. He's like amazing.
Yeah. He was
Now
at
you, on the other hand,
fuck it. I don't give a fuck. I'm still the
that
old
guy
grumpy
Al
man.
do like
no,
this.
yeah, Trentino. oh,
I'll do it like that.
Trentino
Or
is a beast.
He
yeah.
did it, but
Yeah, he's gone.
no did he?
No did he?
Ah!
No did he do it? No did he do it? Got him. I've only known this guy for what, 25 years. It's all right. It's cool.
Wow.
Lifelong
My brother, bro.
Lifelong.
My brother.
Wow.
Got your back,
Wow.
Mixx. I got your back.
So anything happening in the near future for Mixx? Jay Ruby, what's going on, sir?
Jay Roby, what up, man? Oh, look at Nez is
Anything in
back
the
in.
near future happening. So I got a couple shows coming up, like actual like concert stuff. So I think Joe's is doing like another one in August. So I'll probably be on like
Your own invasion?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I think it's more like an EDM invasion. It's another invasion of an invasion of an invasion.
If
It's
it works.
just a good time.
If it works,
It's a good time. So
you guys
So-
are back in the place.
It is.
like it's just fun, you know.
Like I said, each look, obviously these daytime type events, they're working.
His
where-
was in the
that's where-
daytime.
No, but the daytime things is like where it's at.
Yeah.
See, Smooth V, Vinny.
What up, Vinny? What's good, bro?
He's a childhood friend of mine.
Sorry to hear that, Vinny. Sorry, Vinny. I completely apologize, Vinny.
No, he's a dude. He's a great dude. Like I remember I met him at Villa Brunetti. We did back to the high school DJ battles.
Nice.
He was the first guy I met. Super nice. I thought I was gonna get annihilated as far as like a personality situation. Like when you talk to a DJ, you're like, oh, blah 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 blah. Super nice guy, sweetheart. So like, that's how I met him, and I'm still friends with him till this day. Like it's awesome, and like
That's awesome.
And I could say that about a lot of the guys back in the day. Like when I first started out, it was just like, not to go off topic, but like when I first started out, like I wasn't humble like I am now. And this is not a facade. Like I wasn't as humble as I was. I was just the kid with the freaking ego, you know. And I was like, I'm gonna turn people off. That's not how you navigate through the waters. So like, I just wish. Yeah, he still won. This guy's still funny.
You just do it in your face.
I love you, bro.
1993, I won.
Yeah, I love you, bro. I love you. Because he was...
Battle him out. No, I'm joking. I'm fucking around. I'm teasing. Stop it.
No. His scratch was amazing. Like, I remember when I was a teenager, I was like, oh, shit. I'm like, this guy's fucking smoking. I guess I knew how to mix or whatever, but, like, whatever. Dude was awesome.
You're still salty about that. I see it.
Shut up.
No, it's I'm fucking around. I'm just messing around.
My doctor doesn't allow me to have sodium in my diet. So,
so then, okay.
No salt.
So you brought up the topic of you.
It's not salty. Get it? No sodium.
Stupid.
I throw that.
He's nuts.
So you brought up. So you mentioned that being humble. You know, it was pretty much the price that you had to pay because back then you were an asshole.
I lost a lot of friendships. Like when I was a teenager. Like. Because I didn't know how to act, and I hate to contribute it to, like, you know, being 12 years old. My father passed away, and like my mom was it. I had two sisters or whatever; they're still around, and like it was mom handling 3 kids, you know, whatever, and she's not making a lot of money. So like I'm hanging out with my guy friends. Like we moved to the suburbs, and like I went to a Catholic school all my life, so like I went to the suburbs, and like it was a culture shock. Like,
yeah,
I didn't know how to dress. I had 3 outfits. A polo and blue pants because I went to a Catholic grammar school, and then you move out to the suburbs and you're like, who's this hillbilly? You know, what is he? You know,
fucking walking in with your baggy Jankos.
Nah, shut up.
Your fucking Tims.
Oh, I wore Jankos because of my Puerto Rican friends.
Oh wow,
that's fucked
up.
That's fucked
up. That's racist.
It's not racist, but
I wore Jabos.
It's not racist, but because
cross colors.
Because what was it back in the day or whatever? Like, since I came from the city, and I went to the suburbs, I didn't know nobody. So like, I was a dork. You know, like back in the day, it was like, you know, you're either in the library doing whatever, or you're sitting on the side during recess. So these couple guys or whatever, like he brought this cool bike to school, and it wasn't because of a race or whatever. Like I know it's coming, but it wasn't because it wasn't
one of those lowrider bikes.
Legit.
How did I know?
How
did I know?
Oh my god!
Legit. But like it, because I was into that stuff.
Did you hop it?
Yeah.
You're the man. I never hopped.
So I was into that stuff back when I was a kid, and I was like, oh, and we just became friends. And he's like, hey, you know, you live down the block by the park. He's like, we should hang out. I'm like, well, I'm new here. I don't know nobody. He's like, come on over. My mom makes I don't even remember what the hell she made, but it was amazing. So like that's how I met him, his family, and then the brother was like, hey, you know, I understand you like music. He's like, my brother was telling you want to do this, and he's like, let me show you how to do this. So like that's how I became like friends with that, and then like he introduced me to other people. They were all party goers, so I was like, oh, this is cool. We'll go to like the, you know, that's when he introduced me to the Ruiz on Fullerton, like back in the day. Like when you go down, I think it was either North Avenue or Fullerton or whatever, like back when they used to have like the teen parties. And I was the only white boy there. And that's how I heard Bill for the first time, because like they would go to like this.
Then you weren't the only white boy there, Bill's there.
Oh, probably, but like from my experience, I was like
in the crowd.
Well, when I was younger, I was like, oh, I'm in the hood. Everything was the hood to me because like I was a Catholic school goer. I didn't know what the other side of the world looked like. So
damn, you were sheltered,
bro. Shelter wasn't the word.
It was like a latchkey kid, almost. Almost. I was too, and until
Evanston.
Fuck you, because I was.
This is a love-hate relationship.
Yeah, this is whatever.
No, because what's up, House 13? Because
House 13, what up, bro?
Because when I was young, because my mom worked a lot,
Hey,
and the only person that The only person that was in the house with me was my grandmother at the time. So my mom worked.
You whooped
so
that ass.
So I couldn't really go anywhere. So I would have to throw when I threw parties, people would come to my house, and it was fun. It was fun in the beginning, but then it got pretty annoying at the time too, because at the time
all your friends were fucked up and shit. And you would shut up.
No, it's not even that. No, it wasn't even that, because my grandmother, she would be upstairs, she'd be dead asleep. And then my friends would be up. They would be still at my house like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's it.
Making noise and stuff like that. They didn't give a.
That's what I said. You were telling them to shut up.
No, I would try to get them out of the house at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning because it's getting too late.
Yeah, well, they're going outside for curfew. Fucking,
Right,
getting locked up for curfew. Thanks, Alex.
Right.
What kind of friend you are?
That's them. You're grown and you make that adult decision to stay out past whatever time to come
what
to
up,
my
bro?
house and party and stuff like that. No, the reason why I was asking about the humbleness question, Mixx, because I was that in my 20s too. I was an asshole too. Like I
In your 20s?
Yeah.
In your 30s?
We can't say that
and
about
in your
Al,
40s?
Huh?
In your 30s too?
No.
No, you forgot about that.
No. In
No,
my
you're an asshole
20s,
too.
in my 20s, I was
You started maybe in your 20s.
I was the biggest
Still are?
a-hole in
All
my
right,
still
I
20s.
are.
gotta ask: is he like that now because of you?
I don't know. I didn't know him back when he was 20s.
I'm more calm.
Yeah, right.
I'm always.
Okay, sure.
I'm more
You
calm.
ever seen a black guy with gray hair?
Whatever. But I was saying, pretty much my question to you, Mixx, was what was the turning point for you to say, like, damn, maybe I gotta humble myself? Because a lot of DJs, a lot of DJs, they're still in that cocky mindset. Like,
so
they don't give a
what
shit.
really humbled me, so back to my mom. So when my mom started dating this one guy or whatever, I call him my dad. So they've been together 30 years still. Super good guy, whatever.
Yeah, awesome,
like
dude.
if it wasn't for him, I don't think I would ever shut the fuck up. Sorry, you got me a little choked up.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
Like it's emotional.
I'm sorry.
And I don't mean to be like that, but like if it wasn't for him,
You go, what up?
I'd be probably getting my ass whooped. I'd probably getting no DJ jobs, whatever. Like if it wasn't for him and like the stability part, I'd probably be like this reckless, whatever, teenager, whatever, with the wrong people. But if it, that's just basically like where it went.
Gotcha.
That was like the coming to Jesus moment.
Gotcha.
God does everything for a reason.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm glad he dropped my dad or whatever in my mom's lap because my mom needed a break.
Yeah.
So like it was awesome. And I'm sorry if I'm getting, whatever.
No, I get it. No, I get you. No.
Oh, bro, watch a couple episodes. I get it. Oh, shit.
Because
All the
I
time.
remember.
I
Cause
do it.
no,
I do it.
cause-
I get
But
emotional.
there's a meaning behind it.
Oh,
Like,
definitely, man.
it's
I
not
met,
just like,
I met him. I met the guy,
thank you.
and he's fucking amazing.
Thank you.
Both your parents are fucking amazing. I never, unfortunately, met your dad, but
Nah, my
You know?
my dad was never around. He was an entertainer,
I like
and
my
that's
dad.
and the reason why, like when I was like younger or whatever, like when I was like freshman in high school, I was like total jock, baseball, soccer. A good buddy of mine was like, "Hey, you want to play football?" I'm like, 110 pounds. I'm like, I'm your tackle dummy. I'm like, is that what you want to do?
right? Yeah. That's racist.
Tackle dummy.
No, but the cool thing is like this guy was like, I don't know, 200 pounds. He was like 6 something. And I was like this 110 pound soaking wet, like whatever, like frail guy. I was in wrestling. So like when you're in wrestling, you know how to like do pivot points.
Yeah.
So I would always take him down. He's like, bro, how you doing? And I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, just lean this way.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Like my other friend, his brother was a DJ, passed away. God rest his soul. But like, I learn more now with the people that I'm around in my small circle, as I like to keep it, than I did when I was like younger. And I'm like, I had 50, 60 people that would be in my backyard on whatever, a summer night when we were teenagers.
Damn.
Yeah, just hanging out, right?
Well, me and my cousins back in the day and like extended friends of whatever, we were all club goers, whatever. And like, we were it. We were Facebook, just like you guys probably all had this click.
Yeah.
We were Facebook, before MySpace, whatever. And like,
Nice.
Party line.
yeah. You're the one that rang up your mom's phone bill?
Mind your business.
He's like, shut your face.
Mind your business.
Your mom was probably on the my mom was probably yelling at you. Get off the fucking phone.
No, there was actually codes that it was like star 221 something that you'd be able to use a payphone.
He knew it.
You used to be able to use a payphone for free, and that's how they would use it to dial out. That's one of my friends got it.
That's
Man, it was
awesome.
pretty dope.
He was on AOL. Someone pick it up and be like, "You got my connection." I was in the motherfucker.
I remember those days too. That's why we had to get 2 lines in my house because just dedicated for the internet. Because every time someone would call, she would be disconnected. I remember that. That shit was crazy. No, but real quick, the reason why I asked,
Dial up.
I asked because everyone went through that issue with it. The point, I think the turning point for me is when I immediately start losing friends, and that's how I was like, damn, maybe I got to start being a little less of an asshole and start.
So the truth comes out.
I told you this story.
But the crazy part though, like legit, like I'll be God's honest, like I think my head was too big for what I was when I was younger, and
I think we all went through that.
and I didn't realize it, I didn't realize it until like I got older, and I'm like, my dad came, my stepdad or whatever, my mom's boyfriend came around, and he's like, you gotta change it up.
Yeah.
He
wanted to smack the shit out of me, but like he's like, hey, you know, you gotta change it up.
I was that too. The moment when I knew that I start losing friends because the way I was acting, I was like, damn, maybe I guess.
It was probably the music you were playing too.
It wasn't even that. Shut up. It wasn't even that. It was just me being.
Kid.
It was just me being.
Ave Maria.
I would make you feel bad.
90s techno, huh?
Yeah, it was Techno Kid. That was his name.
I would make you feel bad and stuff like that.
Before T Kid. That's how you got T Kid. Techno Kid.
I've followed this guy.
Okay, sorry to hear that.
I like to research my brothers and sisters.
All right, so, he said brother. He said my brother. Assalamu alaikum.
Shut up, Al. Shut
This
up,
guy.
real quick.
I'm surprised you're not giving me crap because
I wouldn't, bro.
I'm Sicilian, bro, and you're like, I'm waiting for it.
Oh, you're Sicilian. I don't want to get fucking put in the trunk.
Whose trunk? I don't even have a trunk.
Yeah, you got a trunk that almost.
Yeah.
DJ Match has a question for Mixx. He's
what you got, Hector?
if you had to do it all over, what's one thing you wish you would have done when you first started that would still be helping you today?
I wish I would have jumped on the open and nightclub train way back when.
The what?
Really?
Yeah, open a teen club like back then.
Like TKC?
No.
Oh,
so like long story short, back then, you know when they say long story short, it's gonna be a fucking long one. But when I was a young teenager or whatever, we had a huge group of friends, a huge following, and I think if I was of business mind or whatever, I think if opening a nightclub back then or like following what you're good at to stick with it or get an investor to do whatever, okay. I think if you hop on that train, you'd be better off because like till this day, like I talk to like people like I've known from back in the day or like even people I meet now that are, whether they're still in the DJ scene or whatever, I pick their brain and say, hey, how do you do this? How are you still going about life or whatever? Some guys are like, dude, he's like, when I was coming up as a 21-year-old, you know, I rolled my DJ money into real estate or I did this or I did that. I wish I would have knew.
Yeah.
Like legit, like I wouldn't have to work a day job, but you know, I work a day job. You know, I enjoy what I do. 25 years of my life, but you know, whatever it is.
Oh, you know, a lot of this stuff, I hear that too, and it sometimes kicks me in the ass too. But a lot of these guys got up on money from inheritance.
Inheritance. You really think so?
Ain't nobody making that much money to fucking go and start investing into fucking property.
Axe Carbone.
No, some people are very fortunate.
So
yeah, some people are very fortunate, but I don't know if unless you're Bad Boy Bill or Jazzy or somebody.
Ask Carbone.
You'd legit be surprised. Like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but you'd be legit surprised at like what you could afford if you just put your mind to it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but I'm talking about buying property outright and shit like that. No.
Exactly.
There's a method to it all.
Yeah, of course.
Exactly.
I know.
No one's going to give you the recipe, but like, there's legit.
No, I know a couple guys who actually invested into property and they're making big money now, and they're still DJing and they're still having
Yeah.
But there's not too many people that can still say that they're following their dreams by just DJing alone.
Well, I mean,
true.
I think I'm still living the dream, not like as a joke, but like I think I'm.
No, you're right. You're right.
Living the dream, like whether it's like I'm still around people that are amazing at what they do, and I get to go experience, like this badass DJ, or like my friends that are still DJing. I get to come out, hang
We're
out.
just on stage with TKC, bro, in front of a couple thousand people.
See,
I mean, come on, bro.
I've never been like,
That's dope in
oh
itself.
my god, about anybody I've met. And I don't know if it's because, you know, at a young age, my father had all these like whatever people around him, my mom, like friends, or like, you know, going out as a young teenager where my relatives or whatever, like they'd have a party and they're like, hey, you know, this guy's an entertainer or whatever. Like I've never gotten like starstruck until I met Maya. So we were at
Maya? Artist Maya?
MIA.
Yeah.
The old school Maya.
Yeah.
So when we were at
She's
we were at the B Bash.
Yeah.
And this is when they had it at the Odeum in Franklin, or I'm sorry,
In Villa Park.
In Villa Park, sorry. I met her on stage and I was like, holy crap. I got to like,
Dope.
she gave me a little tap on the shoulder. I was like, a little young 16-year-old was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I think that was the only time I got super starstruck. And then like, most recently, I think it was last year at the Marquee Show when they had the Chicago house music, panel or whatever downstairs with like Flipside, Speed, and like the rest of the greats, like Terry Cooper and all them. And Bill is a childhood idol of mine.
Yeah.
And I was total fanboy moment. I'm like, bro, like, can we take a photo? I'm like, I didn't even know like what my name was. Like that's like how I felt.
Yeah.
But like he's a human being like the rest of us. But I was like, dude. I'm like, can you just take a picture, please? It was amazing. And I'm sorry, Bill, if you're watching or like whatever, friends of Bill. But yeah, no embarrassment. But like,
Nah, dude, he's still a fucking dude. I mean, come on, bro. He's like
he's a normal guy.
he's like
bro?
yeah,
He's
he's
a normal
normal
guy.
guy. Yeah, just so is Kubert. So is all these.
You want
other
to know
guys.
who else is super cool that I don't think gets enough recognition? DJ Bam Bam.
Yeah, Bam Bam's dope.
Yeah.
Bam Bam's a
Like,
great person.
Dave,
Yeah.
DJ Bam
Yeah,
Bam, super
Dave,
cool
yeah.
guy. Like, you know, he was one of the other ones. Like, I heard him. I was like, Mr. Bigfoot, what? And like, dude is like still around till this day. Like,
Bam Bam's dope, dude.
good guy. So
yeah,
Bam
he's
Bam's
still around.
super dope.
He's still around. Yeah. Before we get out of here, Mixx, we always ask our guest DJs a whole bunch of questions.
you're
towards
kicking
the
me
end.
off already.
No, hell no, bro. This is gonna take another hour. Trust me.
We're gonna take another hour.
So is this rapid fire?
Kind of, but it depends
I
on
like
your
your
answer.
shoes, by the way. Those are nice.
Thank you. They're comfortable.
Yeah, I know. I got like 4 pairs of those things. I love them.
Yeah.
I love them.
I'm going
Those
through
are
the
the only Nikes I'll wear.
I'm going through the comments real quick. Gio is like, you didn't starstruck when you see me.
Oh, bro, I got starstruck when I saw him at the Marquee Show. I was like, Gio?
Gio who?
No,
Gio!
Who's Gio?
I call it Vonnie G.
Stupid.
Who's Vonnie G?
So this guy.
Idiot.
Hey,
Vonnie G. You're my boy, bro. I made his logo, bro. Shut the fuck up.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
that's
know
why he's
that.
playing stupid.
I didn't know that.
That he doesn't use.
Before we get out of here, we always ask our DJs, our guest DJs, some questions towards the end of the show.
Yeah, what you got?
All right, so here we go. Growing up, who was your favorite DJ? We already know the answer to that.
Blondes or brunettes?
Stupid.
Redheads. I'm kidding, dude. I'm kidding.
Damn, you like the creme de la creme then?
No. So childhood DJ, legit.
Favorite DJ growing up?
Favorite DJ growing up, it was honest to God, Too Cool Chris. And then like as I started listening to the B96, it was Bad Boy Bill.
He was TKC
Because he used to have some fire like hard house CDs.
Yeah, TKC was
Let
different.
me ask you a question. And I'm not
And here's
trying-
the thing, though.
But
Here's the
all the
thing, though.
guys
Here's the
that came
thing,
from
though.
that area was all about Too Cool Chris, Mark Ski, and all those guys. Seriously.
You know
Well,
why?
see, like
Here, go ahead.
I didn't come from. I don't want to start putting like geographical stuff, but like I didn't come from your area, like the
No, I know.
Gordon Tech, the Lane Tech.
Yeah, I know. You
A
came from
lot
Harlem.
of hot DJs came out of that area.
Yeah.
But like me, I was more like towards like St. Pat's, if you want to call it like the equator, Harlem Avenue, and
Yeah,
whatever.
right. That's what I just said. White Castle. Yeah, I got
Right.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, that there was the Zero Gravity crowd, there was the Palindrome crowd. So like there was definitely a different demographic, but like it just so happened to be like just what caught my ear at the time.
Okay.
Maybe just maybe call it as, you know, a teenager that's pissed off at his life and he wants to hear the hardest shit out there.
Yeah.
That might have been it, but like my mom till this day she's like, "Why are you playing that hard stuff? You must be in a bad mood." I'm like,
My mom used to tell me.
See?
My mom used to tell me when I started DJing and I was doing trance and techno. My mom used to call it the devil's music.
yeah, my mom
She's
did
like,
it.
"What
My
you
mom
doing
used to
playing that
pound on the
devil's
floor.
music?"
She's like,
I'm
"You're
like-
playing hard? What's this hard crap?"
I'm like, what the fuck?
Underground construction, Jasper Stone, like
Oh,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
dude.
She thought it was like I was in a bad mood. I'm like, no, I just like this music.
Yeah.
That's
That's
crazy.
like rage music.
You-
No, it's a joke, bro. Calm down, relax. No, I play it. What do you mean? Not if Rampage goes before me, but
Bro,
he's probably in the live stream right
Rampage
now.
is a beast, bro.
He's probably shaking his head. He's like, "You guys are terrible."
I love Rampage, man. No, it's an inside joke. It's an inside joke. You had to be there.
What you got?
What's your favorite DJ setup, or if you had a DJ rider, what would it be?
Honestly, anything that's not broken and that works, or like it's got a whole bunch of like nastiness on top of it, like someone just dropped their drink on it, or like decide to lick their fingers, and like, hey, like it could be anything. Like if I had my choice, I wish I still had my record collection, like my good vinyl, and I could still play in the 1200s. I understand I could use Serato and all this other fun stuff. Me, what do I use now? I use a Pioneer XDJ XZ or whatever with either a record box, or I plug in Serato, but I still have CDJ 3000s. Like, they're fun. It just depends. Like, to be honest, you have to be versatile because you never know where you're going to turn up and they're going to be like, hey, you want to play a little bit? This DJ's sick, or you got to run to the bathroom. Can you jump on? I don't have CDs anymore, so like I can't be the guy with the zipper book and be like, here you go.
What's a CD?
This fucking guy.
What is a CD?
What's the CD?
You got me
What is
saying
the
the
CD?
F word more than I've
What
ever
is
said
a
in my
fucking
life.
CD though?
What's the CD?
What's the CD? I
It's
gotta go to the museum to
It's
see that.
It's a round.
Can you Google it? Siri, what's the
round,
CD?
It's shiny. It's shiny.
All right.
It's round.
So I just want to clear something up. A lot of people, like when they hear the acronym TKC, they're like, this guy, that guy, this guy. I don't get into the politics of people's history, and I definitely don't condone anything bad or good. I try to stay neutral about everything. Yes, I am part of something that, in my opinion, is a good thing. But like, just like anybody else, whether they got a good track record, a bad track record, or whatever, like, just because you're acquainted with them, doesn't necessarily mean they're the best or the worst. It just happens to be what fits my group of friends or whatever. So, because I know DJ V like said something like, why is he on the back burner? That I don't know. You might want to message him on Facebook and be like, hey bro, what's the deal? Because like I don't know like what was or whatever. I just know from my experience of like what I had. So wish I could answer you some more in a vague way, but like I don't know to answer your question, politically correct or not.
No, but him and Marsky though, since we're gonna go back on that, double back on that, him and Marsky, in my opinion, they were like the couple DJs that pretty much played their mixes or played their tracks that wasn't like shit that you hear on B96, especially when they made those mixtapes.
I was never in the Euro though, dude.
Well,
I was never into
well,
that.
back
See,
then,
but here's the thing.
You were,
Yeah, because when I started,
which still blows my mind.
well, he was like you were like Zero Gravity and stuff
I
like
was.
that. So like,
And
of course, he was playing there.
Yeah, and me starting off DJing, I grew up listening to them on the radio.
Mr.
a
V
lot.
was too.
Yeah, and I would play something along the lines of kind of similar to what they were playing when, what Marsky and TKC what they were playing. I just played a little bit more house or trancey stuff. Not house, techno or trance stuff that you would hear mostly in Europe, as opposed to what they would play in the.
See, a lot of other stuff like with me, like with Marsky and like Chris, like they were in my eyes when I was younger a mentor, because like I saw like what they were doing. I would pick their brain, like, hey, what's this, what's that, and like still to this day, like Marsky's a friend. I play on 103.1 here and there, whatever. Shouts out to all the guys on there. DJs are phenomenal, and I'm glad, like, if I'm on as a guest or whatever, they're sharing the flyer with my name on it. I can't ask for anything more, like, and I'll definitely,
I mean, these guys are legends, though. You know what I'm saying? These guys are legends in their own format. So
yeah.
I'm just saying I never got into it. So Euro I was never into. I mean, like I would have considered Cascade Euro.
You didn't like Barracuda ass in the air and stuff like that.
Nah.
I'm kidding.
Well, that hands up music or whatever, as they call it, like the newer Euro, like that was good too. There's a time and place for it all. Like I have a friend is Quick Mix and Nick. Like
him, yeah.
Yeah, so he plays that stuff. DJ Magix. He plays that stuff. They're good DJs.
He plays.
I'm not saying anything
No,
about the DJs. I'm not saying anything about the.
No.
I just never got into that stuff, man. Wasn't me.
I honest to God, like I didn't think you were gonna say anything bad about him, but it was just like there's a lot of guys out there too.
Hey,
That's
dude, listen. There's guys that are out there that are still rocking. Obviously, Mark Ski, TKC, all these guys are still fucking making a killing off it. So obviously,
I
there's still,
saw Angelo Pesh. You know, like he's a good DJ. You know, of the generation or whatever. Like super cool guy. You know, whatever. Plays awesome music. You know, never had a bad time. Same thing with like Naughty Boy Nardi. Like Joe Nardi plays amazing music.
Yeah.
You know, so
all those guys are dope. I mean, they're dope in their own way. I'm just saying, me personally, I was never in the freestyle either. To be honest with you,
it's probably like the area that you were around all the time.
yeah. I mean, no, I like freestyle, but I wasn't into it. I wasn't pounding fucking heartthrob in my car. And
You know what's
shit.
funny? I play that shit more now
Yeah.
than I did back then.
Really?
Yes, me
Yeah.
too.
Wow.
I play that shit more now than I did back in the day.
Really?
Yep.
Well, there's a few places I play out at now, whatever. I don't want to name drop the businesses, but like I still play like freestyle. Like, okay, whatever. Like you're gonna play Mama's disco records or whatever, the '70s stuff, depending on the crowd. It's crazy how like these
The newer generation.
the 30-somes, they still revert back to the, if you want to call it the wedding cheese, but like they still want to hear like
Sing-alongs.
like Angel Moon and like all like the '90s like Euro, and then like the 2000s like throwback Euro.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's
No.
just like
ATB.
yeah. It's
Oh
just,
my
it's
God.
just crazy.
Erica Relations.
Yeah.
Curious minds want to know.
Relation.
Oh,
I heard that.
That was
I
shit.
think Gio wants to know something about something.
About Al.
Yeah.
What are you into, music wise?
I love everything.
Everything.
I love everything.
That's why you played fast.
That's why I play fast. I want
That's
to
why
hear it all.
That's why you quit mix.
That's why I quick mix.
All right. I think I know the answer to this, but what's your favorite genre of music to play?
So all-time favorite. It's definitely, hard house, booty house, like the underground construction, like back in the day, that stuff. But my favorite, if I ever have the opportunity again, is like to play it on vinyl, like old school turntables, whatever. I hate I'm not a purist, but like that was always fun to me. Like, your setup or whatever, like that was always fun to me.
I
Granted
got the
granted
records
now-
right here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Right.
I was
do
about
it.
to say, like, shout out to DJ V. He's in the live stream. He dropped some records off to you. Some
Yeah.
some
And then plus I got
underground,
my other
some
crates.
UC stuff. So right.
I got some booty house.
But like I also like the old school like '90s progressive, like Hani HANI, like
Yeah.
like We're in the Dark, like Find Your Ecstasy, like stuff like that.
Ecstasy,
not condoning
ecstasy.
drugs or whatever, but like that's
Ecstasy,
when it was
ecstasy.
around, like the late '90s or whatever, like
Ecstasy.
or like DJ Gene launch,
The fucking oh my god.
or like the
Get ready
Who,
for the launch. Dun, 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 dun. Oh my god,
or
bro.
or the Who Meet Her at the Love Parade, like that was one of like my favorites.
Yeah, rest in peace and shouts out to DJ Loverboy, man, from fucking XL days, man.
Remember when he used to get on the mic? What's up, motherfucker?
Yeah, what's up, motherfuckers?
It's funny.
Oh, man,
I was
bro.
laughing because real quick, I was
Actually, I just got invited to the XL page.
oh yeah, me too.
Yeah, I got yeah. Shouts out to fucking Gus,
Gus,
on that.
he sent me that too. He sent
Shout
me
out
the
to
invite.
Gus, bro. I was looking at all the old fucking flyers and pictures and shit, and the VIP card they used to get in, and they're fucking getting there at 5 o'clock in the morning as the sun's coming up, and you were just getting into the club. Oh my god, that was a shit.
Shout out to DJ V real quick. I was on my way to Club Escape on Saturday, and I was listening to his Jukalicious on
God.
his Jukalicious mixtape on Apple Music. So, cause I have my
Mind your business, nice.
I have Apple Music on shuffle mode, and one of his tracks popped up in my shuffle mode, so I had to listen to the whole album. Moving on. What
Good
is your
morning, motherfuckers?
Yeah.
What's your favorite venue to play in the past or in the future? I mean, I'm sorry. Let me repeat the question. What's your favorite venue to play in the past or current present?
So in the past, you got me. I don't think it was a venue. I think it was more or less a party. So I'll take it back again. So in the past, it was a party called Progressive Nation that Tuco Chris used to put on. He used to bring all the old school DJs out, and we used to do it at the Main Street roller rink. I forget where exactly it was, but like they used to bring out sound, like amazing sound. These weren't just like, 212s and 2 subs or whatever. This was like a wall of like speakers.
Damn.
So like with those experiences, like the younger days of rave, if you want to call it, that was just amazing to me. But like to play anywhere, because like I played at Medusa's when I was younger. I played Galaxy Club when it was a thing before the parking lot, and then the Palindrome. That was always fun. Like those were like 3 rooms that I really liked. Now it's just like I'm just glad to be out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like a cat out of the house. I'm just glad to be out. So like if I get hired to play at someone's bar, or if I get paid to play at someone's venue, like I'm just very grateful to continue to do what I'm doing.
All right. If you had to do an opening DJ set, who would you like to open up for?
Oh man, opening DJ set. I really don't have any DJ in mind. It just do your thing, like stay in your lane. Like if you're an opening DJ, make sure you're setting the correct proper vibe, if you want to call it proper.
I was about to say, so okay.
So
go ahead,
who
Al.
would you like to open up for?
Honestly, I don't have anybody in mind that I would.
DJ Skills, what's going on? I just saw the flyer for the event.
Skills, what up, bro? What's going on, brother? Why don't to talk? I was just telling your evil twin brother over there. We need to bring you back on the show.
So you don't have anyone in particular in the opening?
No, not in particular. I mean, I'm, like what was it? 2 Saturdays ago, whatever, at Euro Invasion. Like I shared the stage with some amazing talent. Like Caffeine was there, DJ Marsky was there. I'm just glad I'm part of the brotherhood. So like
That's dope, man. That is so dope that they reached out to you, man.
yeah,
That's
just
dope.
just to be.
So they should have
still
showed
doing
you.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
should have showed you. They could have picked anybody.
Yeah, and I don't know if you want to call it this, but like I feel like it's muscle memory now, because like I hate to say it, like I've been doing it a long time, like playing music, DJing, whatever. It's just like you kind of have an understanding of what you need to do versus what you shouldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
But like I don't know, I listen to the others, I understand the surroundings, and I play.
Right.
And whatever comes out. Hopefully it's good, So
So then,
Dan Martinez, who was that question towards?
what's up, DJ Kuko? Real quick.
Kuko, what up?
So here's my question for you, Mixx.
Mhm.
So when you say opening DJ has to set the correct vibe, what do you mean?
well, I mean,
Don't play all the bangers.
Shut up.
Well, here's the thing. You could play all the bangers, but you need to know what the bangers are of the guys that are going to be playing after you, or have an understanding of like how they play.
Wait. What?
There's a lot of
There's
bangers.
rules to this shit, right?
Bro, there's always rules to the game.
So that's the general question.
You
Is
don't-
there a rule
There-
as,
there
opening,
is-
as
there-
an opening DJ?
There is a
Don't you Tell
rule.
that to fucking.
But there
Rampage.
is a rule. And it
I'm
depends
fucking
on,
around. I'm pleasing.
it depends on whose house you're in. Like everybody's got different rules. There's commonalities, but like you have to do it in a way where you're not going to show up the headliner. You still have to do your thing. Entertain the people, keep them there, so they're not sitting on their ass. And then like the next DJ comes on like, this guy, what's his deal? It's just a matter of like whose house you're in. There may be like a pre-meeting before, like say for instance a concert or something. Hey, here's what you need to do as an opener. I don't think I've had that conversation in a long, long time. Not saying like whatever, but you just kind of have to know.
Right.
For a newer guy, like I don't know, it might be different to them, but like a lot of people, like if you're an opener, you don't want to blow your load too quick. Certain people don't know what that means, but like you don't want to blow your load too quick. You don't want to play like the artist or like the main superstars tracks. You don't want to play like do your research, like like whatever. Like James Hype is one of like my favorites. I found him on YouTube or whatever, like during the pandemic, and I was like, oh, this dude's got some cool live streams, whatever. If you're opening for like a James Hype, you don't want to play his tracks. You don't want to play stuff of like what he does. Everybody's gonna say something different. Like to me, like I don't have any rules. I just need to know who's after me, or like what's before me, or like if you're doing whatever, like what act is after that. You just kind of have to know how to stay in your lane, navigate
Interesting.
in a long, drawn out way.
You say interesting, like you have something else you want to say.
There's rules. There's
Right,
always
there's
rules.
rules.
There's
There's
always
rules.
No, I get it.
Where's Pound when you need him?
Well, here's the thing too. Like now that
TVs.
ChatGPT is a thing,
Uh-huh.
you could actually like ask the damn thing and say, "Hey, I need an hour-long set, triple the amount of songs. I'm playing on this date for this amount of people." You'd be surprised the shit that thing comes up with. I just did it as a joke. You could get like a brunch playlist out of it for all you guys out there that wants to pay for all these like DJ suites or AI programs that are gonna like say, "Let me mix these 30, 40 songs for you." You could basically just Ask ChatGPT if you want. If you want to do it creative, lazy, whatever. Like there's ways to like get the internet to do it for you. But you still have to physically mix it.
Al doesn't trust ChatGPT.
I'll show you.
But
after this,
in my opinion, I somewhat agree. Because like you said, the purpose of an opening DJ, it could be for any artist or anything like that, is to set the vibe, make sure they're.
How are you gonna set the vibe if you're gonna fucking go off the beaten path?
But he said, "Can I finish?" He said
he's on to something.
He said,
I hear this. The wheels rocking.
Shut up. But he said that you gotta create a vibe. So you as an opening DJ, you're in charge of making sure the vibe is right. So when when the headliner goes on, you're not. It's pretty much. I don't want to be crass, but it's kind of like foreplay to sex. Like you wanna get.
What sex?
He's got OnlyFans.
I guess
you want to. It's kind of like foreplay. Like you want to get.
What was that old sex lady?
You want
to
Dr. Ruth.
Yeah, Dr. Ruth over here.
You want to
Dr. DJ Ruth.
You want to get it. You want to get it warmed up and hot and ready before the headliner goes on.
Spit on that thing.
Shut up. That's pretty much what I'm saying.
Spit on that thing.
But
get it over with.
in terms of
get in it and get out of it.
But in terms of
spit on that thing.
And in terms of music though, Mixx is right. Like you don't want to play the headliner's music and stuff like that. But in my opinion, I feel like if you did your research, like he said, I feel like I'm sure you could find a remix of the headliner's tracks or something like that.
That's fucked up.
What, you can't play a remix of the headliner's track?
No, you want to stay away from it completely.
That's just like, in my opinion, like.
But still crush it.
I don't know, like, so here, I'll give you an opinion. I'll give you a real world example.
How the fuck would you play a remix of the guy's track when it's the same thing?
Here, I'll give you a real world
example. But it's
not
their track. It's not their original. It's not the artist.
But it's got the original artist in it.
But it's not the headliner's original. It's a remix of it.
I disagree.
I disagree too. I definitely disagree.
Let me give you my
what kind of shit are you trying to get fired?
No.
Get fired before you get hired.
When I open up, go ahead.
So, younger DJ Mixx, when he was a teenager, I used to play on parties or whatever with other DJs that were friggin' amazing. They had tracks out. They had whatever. You DJ with like other people that are headliners. Back in the day, you could get your ass whooped if you played someone else's shit, regardless if it was good, bad, indifferent, or whatever. But like if you're gonna open, you don't want to play anything that remotely sounds like to the headliner. That's just my opinion from growing up, from like what I've learned over the years. You don't want to play anything that is remotely a remix or anything of that. Like if like say for instance, some DJs are going to scratch with a sample. Granted, everybody back in the day had Ultimate Scratch 1 or whatever, but like you don't want to try to do the same stuff.
This stuff is real.
Because in a long story, like it's almost disrespectful. Like I don't know, like that's just how I learned. I mean, if it's different now, great, but I only know what I know from back then. If you're playing like an all-day event, it's going to be super hard not to play the same shit some other DJ's playing. Because there could be like 30 DJs on the lineup, unless that they're like, hey, I'm going to submit my 15 minutes. This is my mix. Because like back in the day when I was in the teen clubs, we used to write a list of who played what. There was no Serato playlist. We used to write it down on a legal pad just so that we didn't all sound the same. And that's kind of like the world I came from. You just learn that way. Not saying it's right, wrong, or indifferent. It's just what I learned. It's just stuff you learn on the way. Like if there's a pothole, you don't want to hit the pothole.
Did it once at least.
Oh, dude, I've wrecked rims.
Yeah. Me too.
Yeah, me too.
I popped a tire recently.
Shut
Go
up.
ahead.
Don't talk about that.
I thought you were gonna say something in regards to this opening.
No.
All right.
No.
All right. Next question.
Play around it.
Next question.
Yeah.
What? Fuck you looking at me? You can play around it. What do you want me to do?
Oh, okay. Next
You
question.
play Frank Sinatra.
Would you rather? Would you?
I'm sorry, bro. My bad.
Would you rather?
I'm French. It don't matter.
It's not French.
Would you rather do an private events or do the bars in the clubs?
Well, like we all know, private events. Not saying that people are cheap, but like private events, they pay more. Probably like 3 times more than what?
3 times more?
Yeah. It all depends who you are.
Why are you saying?
So here's my take on it. Everybody has got their price. It all depends on what type of event or what it is. Like
I'm just talking about the clothes being cheap.
Well, you shop on Shen's or whatever.
Sheen
or Tumi.
Timu.
What the fuck is wrong with you, Timu?
Sheen and Timu.
Right. Well,
brought
I got my own vocabulary.
Hey, bro, listen, I got my fucking first DDJ from Timu.
Oh my god.
That was a joke.
Is it a blow up?
Yeah.
Okay. No, but
Blew up.
what was the question again? Sorry, I got ADD.
Would you rather do private events or the bars and the clubs?
Actually, both. Because, like, to be very honest, like, we all know, I'm a white boy, right?
Oh my
I
God.
do quinceañeras. I play European music. I've learned that from working at the bars.
Yeah.
When you go to a private party, you put whatever knowledge you are to make that party amazing.
Mm-hmm.
We all know weddings are Super Bowls. You know, you do whatever you got to do for that. But, like, if I could do weddings all day, my body's going to hate it. My mind is 21, but my ankles are 90 years old, you know? So it just, when you do the bars, depending where you play, I mean, you could play for 60-some-year-olds or whatever, and it's a bar, a lounge, whatever. It's just, you learn a different skill.
Mm-hmm.
Am I boring you?
No.
Because you're looking at me like,
No.
I'm kidding.
Oh,
Just
I would never.
seeing if
You're
you're paying
never.
attention.
Dude, stop it.
I love you, bro.
Love you too, bro.
Um,
Come on, bro. You never bore me, bro.
Next question.
Yeah.
What's your favorite track right now?
Tracksman.
Stupid.
I like the way you work it.
Yeah, there you go.
No, favorite track? I don't know. I have way too much music to have a favorite, to be honest.
Check out DJ Vialgo. He's got some dope shit. That ass.
No, I'll be honest. I don't have a favorite track at the moment.
Okay. What's your favorite record pull right now?
Well, I've had Club Killers for a long time. Shouts out to them. But like, there's other record pools out there that probably have, to some, better music, better selection, better whatever. Some record pools are hip hop heavy, some whatever. I mean, I've used promo only, whatever. I've used promo only like back in the day, and like they had some cool EDM. It's just a matter of like what party you're playing at. There's also one that a lot of DJs don't use, that may use or whatever. I don't even want to announce it. Hit me up on social and I'll tell you which one.
Okay.
But it just every record pool is different. Some, you know, they have to follow the script of like the government or whatever with the I don't know if it's the FCC or the RIAA or like whatever licensing. They have to delete the tracks after like 30 days because they're not allowed to keep a lengthy pool like old whatever because of licensing or something like that. But like,
Never heard of it.
fine,
Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
record pulls.
yeah.
There are some record pulls like that. Like
Yeah.
you can't keep a track up
Yeah.
for 30. For
They
longer than
have to
30
delete
days.
it after a certain period of time.
Club Killers is one
It's
of them.
fucking retarded.
Well,
There's rules to the game, bro.
Fuck
there's
the
rules to this.
But I mean, you know, you do whatever you got to do. I know some DJs that are like, you know, YouTube is like the antichrist of everything. I mean, you do whatever you got to do to survive. I don't condone anything, but like you do whatever you got to do to survive, creative ways or not. I have a couple record pools I use, you know, and shouts out to them that know who they are. But like, yeah,
That was part 2 of the question. How many record pulls are you on?
3 or 4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well,
Damn.
yeah. Or if you have buddies or whatever, you know, like they're like, hey, I got folders. You want to trade folders for folders? Whether it's legal or not, I mean, you got to do what you got to do, right? This guy.
Right, like you
He's
ever
incriminating us.
Oh, shut up.
No, not at all.
No,
I mean,
he's incriminating.
no.
He just said incriminating shit on air.
incriminating.
Fucking around. Stop it.
You hear DJs all the time that are downloading off of illegal platforms.
YouTube.
Right. And then they go to the club and then, you know, the sound guy's like, your shit sounds like shit.
Sounds like
I'm like, sorry, this is the track that they want to hear.
Hey, but with
YouTube.
AI, man, you can clean it up right now,
YouTube.
real
Not
quick.
technically. Not
You-
technically.
Yeah,
YouTube
AI,
rip.
man, they'll clean that shit up real quick, bro. Trust me.
I'll show you some tracks.
With AI,
Yeah.
really?
Some you get what you get. You know, like if it's a thin, tinny sound thing, I don't think you'll be able to clean it up.
You
to be
can.
honest.
You can.
Show me the ways,
I
Obi-Wan.
got you. I got you.
Uh-huh.
Everybody, I got you. You got Serato Studio?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I
got
got
Serato
Ableton
Studio?
too, yeah.
You got Ableton? Wow, I don't go to college. I can't use Ableton.
I only learned how to use Ableton when I had shoulder surgery.
Really?
Yeah. I was bored as shit, and I'm like, I got to learn something or I'm going to go nuts.
Between you and Mike Carbone, bro, both of you guys, bro, he came out, dude, that guy came out swinging, bro. He came out with a new scratch and all types of shit, bro. But he was down too.
Well,
he tore his
Well,
ACL.
big shouts out to Mike. Like, you know, he's the one who turned me on to Ableton.
Yeah.
I reached out to him like, bro, I need a hobby.
We need two. We got two fucking hospitalized DJs sitting at
They're
home doing shit,
They're
recuperating.
recuperating.
Both you motherfuckers. His leg is your arm.
Well, we could have wheelchair races.
No, you can't. You can't.
I'll be a 90-year-old.
Speaking of, bro, during the pandemic, bro, you did a lot of shit over at Scores.
Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
I was bored. I'm like,
Yeah.
and it's like, what was cool, like, you know, I got to
I always
meet,
did that too.
what was it, DJ Nino? Like, I think
Oh, you met him? Sorry.
Tibble and Nino.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so Tibble and Nino were there.
Met
Like,
Tibble and Nino?
I got to actually
Oh,
meet
double
them.
whammy.
And then Michael, whatever. But, like, it was just fun. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, hey, you know, you're bored. You know, you want us to get on the phone or get on the live stream and be like, order a pizza, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
As
we
cheesy
did.
as it was at the time, it was just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They did a lot of
yeah,
work,
Yeah,
bro,
we
you know what I
did
mean?
that. Yeah, I remember that. I did the live stream too.
But the thing
Man.
that sucks the
Dude,
most
you were
is,
there
like,
for hours, though.
that's because, you know, I'm a slave to the game. Like, I just love music. Like, I could be DJing for 10 hours. Won't like it, but, like, I love music. So, like, yeah.
Yeah.
That was dope. Shout out to you, though.
Yeah, it was fun.
Shout out to Mama Mixx,
Then you out the house.
right?
House music.
Mm-hmm.
Did it start in Chicago or New York?
Well, for me, it started here.
Okay.
But, again, you know, depending who you talk to, it could be either way.
Don't say that.
No, legit.
We're talking about house music, not freestyle.
No, legit. It depends
Talking
on
about house music, not freestyle.
You'll
We're
probably
talking
get
about
into,
house.
like,
I don't care who you talk to. It's coming from Chicago.
you'll probably get into hour-long
Thank you,
discussions
Chippy.
with
Thank you, Chip.
both sides of the whole thing.
Thank you, Chippy.
But for me, it was here.
Shout out to Chippy. He started
But
this
like,
shit.
but like he said, you're gonna have
Well,
people.
send him over here. You're gonna get smacked.
Okay.
And smack the tortilla smack
All right.
Wow.
with house music written on it.
You're at your next question. You're at your favorite restaurant. If you had a chance to sit down and talk to another DJ, living or dead, who would it be?
You're hitting a nerve, bro. My dad, actually, my biological father.
Okay.
Like if he was still around or whatever, we went out for coffee or like, you know, burritos or whatever. I would love to pick his brain to like find out.
Okay.
Sorry, dude, you hit a nerve.
Sorry.
Yeah. Just don't go to
No,
TBK.
I'm
Just
not.
don't go to TBK.
No, I'm a big boy.
said
I'm not
no.
gonna get choked up.
No, I said TBK. Just don't go to TBK. You said take them
Oh,
out for
dude, you be shitting
tacos.
your pants.
Yeah, no, bro, I'm good. I'm good.
Lalo's
Just
is
don't-
my favorite. I know there's probably better, but like
Lalo's?
yeah,
Which one?
the one on the south side by my house.
What's wrong with you?
No, I
No,
know.
I'm talking about this one. What's wrong with you?
No, because he's
Yeah, you had Lalo's recently.
Lalo's is good.
Yeah.
Lalo's is good. I DJ there.
Okay. All right. What's your DJ's pet peeve? What pisses you off as a DJ?
George, what up, bro?
Mm.
Curious George.
I have way too many, but like just like everybody else, like, you know, you could be playing good ass music and like, you know, you got people bobbing their head. You always got that one. Read the room, play this, play that. It's like, all right,
I've already.
I'll humor you, I'll play it, it's fine. But like DJ pet peeves, you could have them all day long. It's just a matter of if your RBF is going to show, you know, resting bitch face, or like if
I get
as long as you're not the snapper turtle of the people and be like, get away, go away, F you, you know. So like that's what I would have wish I would have learned at a young age is how to handle yourself in front of people that like you don't like or like you don't get along with or like, hey, this song sucks. Da 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 da. It could be anything.
Shit, Adobe.
Oh, really?
This guy.
You didn't say.
Hmm?
We didn't get a lot of stuff at Adobe. A lot of
You get it like to me like private parties you don't get it as much but
Right.
like whatever bar you're at you're always gonna get that person
no,
whether,
no, really.
whether they're having a good day a bad day or they just want to be that person like it's not so much what place you're at it's just you're always gonna get that person when you're in a public setting you're always gonna get somebody.
I hate when I do karaoke because I get it all the time.
Do you sing?
But that's karaoke.
Well, no.
It was a joke, duh. I'm glad you got it.
No, but like when you do karaoke, you get people that love to sing. They're either professional or they sing in their
There's
shower.
no such thing as a professional
Here we
karaoke
go,
singer,
here
bro.
We go,
No.
here we go.
Right.
There
here
is
we
no
go,
such
here
thing
we
as a
go,
professional.
here we
You're a cover fucking singer. That's it. You're a cover band or you're.
Okay,
There's no
so
such thing.
whatever you want to classify it as, you're always going to get somebody that's more of a perfectionist than you,
Okay.
and they're gonna know more than you. But you're doing your job. It's just a matter of how you conduct yourself.
Right.
you could be like F you in the back of your head, but like, how nice are you being to him?
Nah, I'm nice. The fuck you looking at me? I'm nice.
Because he wants to get off this thing.
No, he
No,
doesn't.
because I'm trying to figure out. You're nice.
I'm nice. I'm always nice.
Next question.
Mm-hmm.
Skirt.
Skirt.
What's your worst fear as a DJ?
Having an empty dance floor or sucking so bad that like you're just like. So what was funny? Like it's funny you bring this up.
Because about this, like, don't every DJ has that.
Well, here's one. I don't know like if any other DJs had this, but like I've always had this like reoccurring dream when I was like younger, of like you're just playing, you just can't play the right music. No one's
Smart
dancing
ass.
for you, or like whatever. Like that was just one of my pet peeves. Like like your dream does come true, or like you're not
Oh,
you're
it's a
not
nightmare.
good.
It's a nightmare that's coming to
Right.
life.
Because like at a young age, like I DJ'd someone's private party and like someone got so pissed off. They flipped the whole table, turntable, and
Damn.
everything. This when I was like a young kid. And that kind of like tarnished me, but like I was just like, I always have that like OCD side of me where it's just like, all right, am I going to play the right thing? Am I going to do the right thing? Am I going to sound good or whatever? So
That's crazy.
yeah. So being at a young age, you have the oops happen that's not supposed to happen. You kind of carry it with you, but like there's ways of like, combating that.
Okay. Next question. Who would you like to see on the Industry DJs podcast?
Well, it'd be amazing to see like, like you were bringing up earlier, like, like bring back the old school, like B96 Mixx Masters or like,
Okay.
or like a Chicago, like not saying that, any of the guys that have been on here, but like Chicago legend,
Okay.
whether it's like, I don't know, like whether if it's like a Bad Boy Bill, a Frankie Hollywood, Tim Schomer, Julian Perez, or whoever, like to bring like that, or like, I don't know, like the artists, like a Terry Cooper or something like that, just to like, get to hear their take on like,
No, we had pretty much everybody that's been on this couch has been a legend.
no,
And we had
that's what I'm
artists
saying.
too.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, a legend could be anybody,
Right.
But like, like I think we were just talking about the old school B96 Mixx Masters, or like even now, like if you say for instance you have like an Alex Peace, or like bring back people that were from here, or like others that you see out, like whether if it's like a Stevie B or like somebody of that. I think it'd be super cool to hear like Cynthia's story,
Yeah.
because like I've seen her her perform out, and like it's amazing to me.
Yeah. She's still dope. Yeah, she's still dope.
Just to hear how like it's always been my thing to like understand like how does this artist still be motivated to keep going?
Yeah.
Because I'll listen to like biographies and like little snippets of like people or whatever, and I always watch discographies and stuff like that. It's always cool to hear like someone that you've watched or like know of where they came from,
Right.
or why they still do it, or like how the hell do you navigate this boat through this whatever.
Right.
One thing that like comes to mind or whatever, and this is like a sidebar, a lot of DJs that have significant others, how the hell do you get that formula to keep going and do your thing? Not so much like, whoring yourself out or whatever. I mean, it's true, right?
Yeah.
Like you have a stigma. You're a DJ.
He's only got cats. He doesn't understand.
I don't have cats.
No,
Go ahead.
but it's always nice because like you're not taught this. It's always nice to hear like, well, you're married. How the hell do you still DJ and you do this and you do that? What magic formula do you got?
There's no magic formula. It's understanding.
Correct.
It's love and respect
But-
and understanding.
Again, it's like
That's how
for those who don't know, like you go to high school, they don't teach you how to balance a checkbook. You got to learn on your own.
They sure
you
They
know?
don't.
No,
They taught
don't.
it in my school.
They don't.
Yeah, bro. They taught it in my school, bro. I got worksheets for that shit.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. They taught us economics
don't.
101, bro.
No, but like it's like other like unspoken things that you don't really hear of, like just to understand and how to
Well,
navigate.
I mean, not everybody's different.
Right.
You can't rely on what just because it works for me, it's gonna work for you.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying?
But you will get a nugget out of that conversation, and then you'll be able to position it and put it towards yourself on like
Might be a fucking turd nugget or a good nugget. I
Okay.
mean, it
Right.
depends. I mean,
Jesus
no, I'm dead
Christ.
ass. I'm dead ass. I mean, we fucking
like that movie Caddyshack where it's floating.
yeah, you're right. It's for hey.
All right, so
It's a
make
fucking Kit Kat bar.
that, so make that phone call for Cynthia. Al.
It would just be amazing to like hear the story.
No,
Change
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
but another
I would
one,
love to
like
have.
DJ Frankie Cutlass. I would love to hear his story.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Damn.
I would, because like I've always watched like what the hell's his name? I can't even think. Sorry. Next question.
Next.
Who is your Mount Rushmore of DJs? Top 4 DJs.
Oh my god.
Javier being a smartass.
Who's my Mount Rushmore?
Nice one.
Well, if I had a dodgeball team, it would be like that. Bad Boy Bill, Alex Peace. I would just stack it with like my favorites when I was younger. Not saying anything like
No, everyone has their
bad or whatever,
yeah,
but
everyone
like
everyone has their own top 4.
yeah, I don't know. I would bring back like my old school high school legends, as I call it, like
Okay.
Bad Boy Bill, Tuku Chris, Tim Schomer, and then I would probably throw like, I don't know, the old school Mixx and Marker or Billy the Kid, like old school Billy,
Okay.
or like old school
Billy
Billy
the Kid,
Basil on
yeah.
it, like.
Wow, that's a name I ever heard.
He
in a long
was
time.
like him and DJ Bam Bam. They were like my favorites, like growing up.
Billy the Kid. Holy
I
shit!
remember when I used to go.
Man.
I remember, I think it was like, it had to be during high school. Like when I was 17, 18, 19 years old. And I used to go to Energy Thursday. Shout out to Ryan B.
Bro, that
another,
place.
that's another one I need to have on the show.
I would love to hear his story, dude.
But
That guy's got stories, bro.
yeah, he does. But he would used to, the DJ there at Energy Thursdays, every single Thursday, he would either play DJ Antoine the Time, or he would play Your Love Still Haunts Me, the DJ Bam Bam remix. Every single time I would walk into Energy Thursdays.
And it'd be banging.
It would be
Every
banging,
time.
yeah.
Everyone,
Everyone would know that song that's coming up, and they would listen to the intro leading up to the song, and they would just go crazy at that.
It's called not the intro, the lead up. It's called the build up.
The build up.
Yeah, good job. Nice job.
Well, I'm sorry.
Music Theory 101.
Right.
Hey, right? The build up.
They listen to the build up
You
and
must
yeah.
have went to Columbia.
Something like that. Mind your business.
Whatever.
No, I don't mean the.
No, no. Oh, the
I
country?
don't mean the country. No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I never been there. Never been to
But-
Colombia.
But
Never skied in over there.
but
You're
yeah,
hilarious.
but I remember those days at Energy Thursday shit. But yeah,
Static.
Ryan B is another one who
The
needs to have on
Static
show.
Brothers.
Yeah,
Last
Mixx Mark and LSP.
yeah. Last question. Any advice to upcoming DJs?
Check your ego at the door, like legit. Like if you're gonna go out around other DJs or whatever, just know everybody's got an ego. In my opinion, every DJ that I've seen, even like business owners, management, whatever, they all carry the same personality. They're alpha. Everybody's an alpha. You know, they always have their mindset. Learn how to be a chameleon. If you don't know how to do that, they have psyche tests that you could take. The reason why I know about this is because like a job that I've had, I'm classically trained in customer service. They teach you like the quadrants, how to navigate within alpha or like analytical, whatever. You just need to figure out how to talk to people without pissing them off. Be
Diplomatic.
Diplomatic. Sorry, I'm getting dry. But diplomatic. You learn how to be diplomatic. You know, like talk to people. You know, have a mentor. You know, whether it's a DJ brother or sister or relative or whatever. You got to learn how to navigate the waters. And I think, you know, what comes out of your mouth is more important than how good you are nowadays. Even back then, like just like a car salesman, you know, you're gonna get that car salesman. The guy's gonna sell you
He's
on.
gonna sell you a car.
Yeah. So
He'll do
learn how to
everything
be
he
a
can
good
to sell
car
you that
salesman.
car.
Yep. Learn how to be a good car salesman, but like be diplomatic, you know. Be a little bit humble. No one wants you to be like, hey, I wear these Versace shoes and you know, whatever. And my DJ name goes down my sleeve, like
What's wrong with that, bro?
that's right. Look at him. I'm getting a death stare. But no, but legit, like in general, just learn how to deal with people. Like if you don't know anything else, just learn that. Learn your music,
You'll be
whatever.
fine now. You'll be
You can
fine.
piss people off all day long and not knowing how to count, but like learn how to deal with people. Like people are people, you know, like that's how you build friendships.
Absolutely.
Oh my god.
That's how you get followers.
Yes, that's.
I don't want
true.
nobody following me. I just want friends.
You got a lot of followers, bro.
Oh, stop. They're
Trust me.
supporters, dude. Supporters.
That's I call them family. So
Well, you guys are my family.
that's great. That's awesome. We're not we'll follow you. We're family.
Shut
I
up.
got your back.
This guy. Just
I got your back.
don't stop short.
I won't. Never stop short.
We'll stop quit mixing. That's short.
No,
That's not
I
short.
was talking about like if I'm standing in front of you.
I know. DJ,
Right?
DJ Mixx, any last words
And no, you're not gonna die.
before we get out
No.
of here?
Any last words? Thank you guys so much for having me.
It's about
you know.
fucking time.
Right,
Oh
right,
my
about
God,
time.
this guy.
right.
It's about
Yeah,
fucking
for
time.
sure.
I've
Yeah,
only been asking you for like this is like the third year.
probably.
Yeah.
But no, thank you guys so much for having me. You know, like I'm glad I just a little background story about me. It's cool. So,
That was awesome.
and I'm glad to see some of the guys popped up in the chat. Not like FU Mixx, but like pop up in the chat. With some cool questions or whatever. Some of you guys I don't know, but like thank you so much for having me. I
no
appreciate it.
problem,
I'm
man.
very
No
humbled by it.
All right, we're humble to have you, bro.
Of
Trust me.
course,
It was an
yes,
honor.
It was.
Everybody
it
that
was
sits
good.
on
It was
this
a good
couch is a
conversation.
Chicago legend, bro.
And you know who we need to thank for all this? Mama Mixx.
I'm a mix.
Mama
Thank you,
Mixx.
guys.
Mama
Definitely.
She
Mixx.
probably loves
She's
to hear
awesome,
that.
dude. She's
There you
awesome,
go.
dude.
Mama
Both
Mixx.
both
Probably
parents
heard
are
it.
are
If
great
it wasn't
people.
for Mama Mixx, Mixx wouldn't be here with us.
She's funny, bro. You gotta sit down and talk to her. She's so hilarious.
Okay.
She's
Thank
cool.
you.
Just the sound of her voice is just cool.
All right, what do you want from me?
No, man, I'm just saying.
I'm kidding.
I'm just saying,
I'm
bro.
kidding.
I'm just saying. The last time I saw her at the bar, man, she was.
You're all right, bro?
I'm good.
All
She's
right.
cool, bro.
I
love
was
her.
waiting for the
love her.
punchline, but no. It's,
No, there's no punchline, bro.
dude,
Mama
really
Mixx is the
appreciate it.
shit, bro.
No, thank you.
Well, most of the parents are awesome, dude.
Mama
Thank you.
Mixx.
I'm surprised you remember me from Adobe. When your brothers, yeah, you.
No,
I'm
the
at-
first place I saw you at, it was at the I think it was like the basement of like some tropical cafe bar or whatever, way back in the day when we were
Well,
younger.
Tropicana in the basement.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So you were DJing, and I think I was just like poking my head in just to like understand music, and like she brought me there. But yeah,
Oh, that's cool. No. But the last time I seen Mama Mixx at over there on Grand,
yeah,
she was awesome.
yeah.
She
Thank you.
remembered. Nah, it was awesome. She's cool people.
Yeah,
They're
thank
both,
you.
like I said, they're both awesome people, and they have that support group,
Oh,
behind you, especially moms. That's dope.
I really
Shout out
appreciate
to my mom, because my mom did the same thing for a while, man. My mom was my fucking roadie and everything, man.
Oh,
and
really?
yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my mom bought a blazer, and that you don't remember, man. There was a couple guys that were talking when Magic was on here. Remember, we used to fucking have to fucking crawl on top and lay on the subs and shit. How I told you, that's
Yeah.
my mom's Bronco.
But the other thing though,
Bronco.
like, super grateful for is anybody that has a support system. Like if your parents are like supporting you, like whether it's emotionally or like, hey, pat you on the back, good job, Johnny, or whatever. Like I think that's the greatest thing.
Yeah.
I didn't have that growing up.
Yeah.
Just my mom.
Yeah.
So like I didn't have that growing up. So like if you have that in your life,
Cherish it.
hell yeah. Because like some parents, they don't give a goddamn about like what you are.
Yeah.
You know?
No.
Or they're just like, oh, shit, I don't care. He just plays records.
Yeah.
Or they
Or-
don't know
or-
anything about their kids. Like,
Unfortunately, some people are and especially this day and age, man. A lot of people are blaming the parents for these kids, man. But unfortunately,
it could be
some
true.
of these parents are fucking having to work 2 or 3 jobs. They don't have time for their kids.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? They don't have time. They have to put food on the table. So
That was
it's-
my mom when I was
it's very
growing up.
understanding. But you
Yeah.
had your support group from your grandmother.
But
bro.
my
You know
Yeah, I
what
know,
I'm
mom,
saying?
but
my mom
that-
was mom and dad for a long
Yeah,
time.
well, there's a lot of that right now, man.
That was my mom. When we moved to Evanston and my mom got the job working for the FBI, she
Damn,
was literally
that's why you are straight and narrow.
whatever.
Got it.
She was literally never home. It was always my grandmother. My mom would. I would be lucky to see my grandmother on the weekends, but
Shouts out to your mom.
I'll be lucky to see my mom on the weekends. But
Fuck, my mom got a doctorate in
my mom-
special education. Same thing. I
Yeah,
live
but
with
my
my
mom-
grandparents, bro.
But my grandmother was always there.
Yeah.
But yeah, when we moved to Evanston, I was pretty much never see her. So,
Yeah.
So I get it. I get
Amazing,
it. I get
guys.
it.
Amazing.
For sure.
Mixx,
Thank
thank
you.
you.
Yeah,
Thank
Mixx.
you for
with
for
2
joining.
X's, ladies and gentlemen. 2
Hey,
X's.
hey.
Yes, for sure. Thank you,
you,
Mixx,
guys.
bro. It's about
Appreciate
time.
y'all.
It's about fucking time.
It's about time.
We could put that word check on the plane, the side of the plane. Mixx was here.
Mixx
Right?
was here.
Finally. Finally.
You know what you need to do? You need to get like a board. You just have people start signing names on
I was gonna actually do that on the door.
the door.
I think I'm gonna do it
You
on
gonna
the
take
door.
the
from now
door.
on.
When you move, you're gonna take
Fuck
the door
yeah,
with you.
I'm taking the door with me. You damn right.
All right.
The whole frame.
All
with
right.
that.
Thank you
All
guys
right,
again.
all right.
No,
Thank
thank
you,
you,
Mixx.
bro.
Thank you
Mixx.
so much.
It's about fucking time. Jesus Christ, Mixx.
Damn, Al.
It's about fucking time, Mixx.
Hey, this friendship's actually documented now. That's great.
This is not even a friendship. This is a fucking brotherhood, bro.
I love
It's a
it.
brotherhood,
Great.
bro. It's a brotherhood, bro. Fucking. I look at the DJs as a brotherhood, man, because that's all we are. We're some of us fight, some of us, it is what it is, It's all love at the end of the game, bro. It's all
Yes.
love. It's all
Yes.
love and respect.
Thank you, guys.
No, we respect you, bro. You got your back.
Thank you guys.
At least I do. I don't know about him.
What do you mean?
I don't know. He's racist.
Wow.
That's what I said.
Okay, Al.
And he don't like Hispanics either.
Well, yeah, that play a shit ton of Latin music. Explain that.
Yeah, and you date Hispanic women.
Okay, so
Or used to.
okay,
Just
so,
one.
You're funny.
Right, hilarious. Thank you guys for tuning in to another episode here of the Industry DJs podcast. Check us out.
VSL, what up, bro?
What's up, VSL? Check us out every single Monday here on Facebook at the Industry DJs. Follow us on the Facebook and Instagram page at the Industry DJs. Follow us on Twitch at the Industry DJs. Also on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Industry DJs, and also like us on Facebook at the Industry DJs. Next Monday, Chris Lara will be in the building next Monday.
Talent.
With the disclosures.
Tune in next Monday for Chris Lara. We'll see what he says. We'll see what we're gonna catch up with him and see what we're gonna be talking about
bro.
Next Monday.
We
Chris
another
Lara.
good show. Another amazing show.
Yes.
If you haven't seen his first episode, please check it out. It was a good show.
We will repost it on our Facebook page. But yeah, that's it. Real quick, Mixx, where can we find you?
SoundCloud.com, DJ Mixx 649, or just throw it into Google, DJ Mixx 649. You'll find everything.
Okay. All right. Anything else, Al?
No.
Okay, cool.
No, we're good.
Okay, I felt like you got something to say because
No.
you get through your phone. All right.
No. I was.
Okay.
Somebody text me right now.
All
My
right.
bad.
Okay. To the words of Peter Ramos, support your local DJs. To the words of Al, do it like this.
Stay vigilant. We love you.
Stay safe, and we will see you guys next Monday. Peace.
Peace.